on 2AY.
Much love.
Both teams out doing their warm-ups on Button Park right now. It's the Hoppers taking on the Panthers here on O&M Live 2AY. It is Panda Escott with you. Lukey Francis, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell, who is out on the ground at the moment. Chriso, we've had a little bit of rain overnight, but and a couple of games already on that surface. How are we looking out there at the moment?
You know, the centre of the ground is absolutely perfect, Panda. It's probably a little bit slippery where the wicket is, but quite good. It's not muddy at all. It's quite hard. So I think perfect conditions today for footy. The ground's got great coverage. There's barely a breath of wind out here, so that's not going to favour either end. Absolutely ripping day for footy.
It is a ripping day. Sun's out as well, which is fantastic. Few clouds around. You could not ask for a better day, Chriso.
No, it's absolutely perfect, and the crowd's starting to come in. Great to see some people on the far side of the ground enjoying that sunshine, and obviously the canteen's getting a bit of a workout as well, Panda.
It is indeed. Dan Vaccaro on the 40 Wink stat sheet today. Who are we taking a look at from both sides, please?
Thank you, Panda. Yes, doing it for 40 Winks. So for North Albury, doing Tim Broomhead, Julian Hayes, both averaging 30 disposals per game. Caden Winter, who's been in excellent form this year, George Goody and Jackson Wiedemann. And for Lavington, I'm doing Jakey O'Brien, Tom Hargrave, the young gun Ewan McKinlay, Will Glanville, and Shawnee Driscoll. I'll be taking these numbers as well, Panda.
Lukey Francis. Potentially, it's an opportunity for Josh to really have a good game today. I'm thinking Adam Butler probably is the man that goes to him.
Yeah, I reckon you're exactly right, Panda, that they don't really have any other options down there. You probably want Harlan sort of running through with that lethal left foot kick. Yeah, mate, you've seen something?
Oh, just going to say we're going to cross back to Chriso because the two captains, George Goody and Tom Hargrave, two pretty good mates actually, shaking hands at the moment for the coin toss, Chriso.
Yeah, just shaking hands with the umpires at the moment, and we've got the umpire just about to toss the coin, and we're going to have a bit of a call, and it's going to be Hargrave, and he's won the toss. Lavington are going to kick to the southern end. What end do you call that, Ben?
Logan Road end,
Logan
Chriso.
Road end. There you go.
You're all over that one, Lukey, aren't you?
Yeah, we got it, Panda. We got it. So Chris Mitchell doing some fantastic work out in the heart of the Button Park there.
Big game for both of these sides, I reckon, Dan. It's, as we've spoken about, it's a mini elimination final before the finals get underway. Whoever loses today cannot play finals in 2023.
Yeah, you're spot on, Panda, and this is huge. And we talk about Lavi, I guess, getting up and trying to get into the mix for finals. You want to... North Albury will be so hungry. They've gone so long with being at the bottom of the barrel, and this is their opportunity. This is their time to sort of get that win, get that 4 points, and give yourself a sniff come finals. They're not out of it. Lavington and North are definitely not out of it yet. They've just got to keep winning as much as they can, and today's where it starts, and I think North can do it.
Yeah, and absolutely, Dan. And look, and just an opportunity for young players who have been in and out of the North Albury side, and also for Lavington, who may have not consolidated their spot. Well, today's a high-pressure game, so if you can perform well today, you know, it's really probably going to keep you in for the rest of the year, I reckon.
It's going to be a massive game, which we're looking forward to bringing you all the action on 1490 for 2AY. We'll go around the grounds as well soon. For 40 Winks, and we'll try and get some scores in the other games. Albury taking on the Wangaratta Rovers at the Albury Sports Ground just across the road from us here at Button Park. That's going to be a ripper. Yarrawonga taking on Myrtleford, and we have the Wangaratta Magpies up against the Wodonga Raiders as well. So both teams going to their positions here at Button Park. As we said before, not a breath of wind out there. The sun's out, blue skies. It is fantastic conditions here at Button Park. And we're looking forward to bringing you the first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries. Really quickly again, Dan Vaccaro, who are you tipping in this one?
I'm going to go North Albury by under a kick.
You picked Lavington on the
I
in
said
the tips.
they'd be the favourites.
You picked them on the tips, didn't you?
No, I picked North.
Okay, Luke, who are you going
by
for?
A kick.
Oh, I picked Lavington the tips, but...
no.
You
well,
can't
you pick
do
Lavy.
that.
Well, you pick Lavy.
Right, I think.
Chris Mitchell, who are you tipping?
I'm going to stick with North Albury. I think I'll tip them in the tipping, and I'm going to go North by 9 points.
North Albury just for mine as well.
Of course.
So both teams about to get underway. The umpire's just pointing to a few players, holds the footy aloft. Big game. It's the Hoppers and the Panthers. And here's Lukey Francis on O&M Live.
Jack Driscoll in the ruck for the Panthers. Hayden Cooper for the North Albury Hoppers. Glanville got first touch and got brought down. And he's caught holding the ball. So Broomhead picks it up in the middle, left of centre, and drives it forward. Minogue on the lead and hits him.
What a
Terrific start here for the Hoppers, Chris Mitchell, thanks to the Newmarket.
Well, if there's one player you don't want in the middle of the ground with the ball and lots of space, it's Tim Broomhead, and he just sent a 50-metre kick out in front of Minogue, saying, "This is where I'm going to kick it, mate. You better get there," and he got there.
Yeah, Billy Glanville with the first possession. Broomhead quickly to claim him. Brought him to the deck. Free kick given. He went forward, and Minogue's taken the mark. Rightio, here we go. So 27 goals for the year for Josh. On the Doug Strang leaderboard, he's equal 6th. With the Maggies, Mick Newton. It comes across the face of goal to the Sports Club end, and it's gone through for one behind. So that's the first score of the game on the Steel Line scoreboard. One behind. The Hoppers have registered Panda here at Button Park.
It was pretty far out, that kick. It was far and wide, so the Lavington defence would be happy about that at least. Jack Harland tighten his own defensive pocket, goes short to Joe Hansen, who snuck forward last week, or last game, I should say, for a couple of goals. He would have loved that. Not the greatest game for the Panthers, though. He plays the percentages and kicks long down the line, broadcast side, pack forms. Sean Driscoll had an outstanding year, kicks forward, but it's all Hoppers. Foster Gardner takes an intercept mark, and he turns inboard dangerously straight away, but he finds Cade Pup Brown across half-back for the Hoppers.
He does. And he goes to Campbell. So Campbell's got it. Defensive 50 for the Hoppers. Logan Rodan. And he wants to come back out broadcast side. Gets King with it now and goes short to Foster Gardner on centre wing. Handball back inside to King. Good footy. And then a short one, 25 metres. Finds Anderson. So they're on the half-forward flank, but wide the Hoppers. Here comes a centering kick. Pops it up now for Minogue. Packed down there. Minogue. Oh, gee. Knew he took the mark. Second attempt came to ground. Holding the ball decision here. And it's going the way of the Panthers. Butler goes to O'Brien, and they have it on the half-back flank.
Tell you what, Chris, they're going to be pretty quick on those holding the balls today by the first couple, aren't they?
Well, I thought he got that one out in time, but he was very, very sharp on the whistle. So, yeah, holding the ball, I guess.
At least they're going to be consistent. Brennan goes short and finds Hargrave. Right half-back, broadcast side. Pretty good crowd here at Button Park as well, which is good to see. So the first score on the board, Josh Minogue. Behind. Harlan's raking kick out of half-back was a brilliant one. Found Sammy Hopper on the far side. He goes inside 50 for the Panthers. Disappointing kick from Hopper. Cade Brown first there for the Hoppers, and his kick was also disappointing. Out of bounds on the full. The Panthers are going to bring it back in. Far side of Button Park. Here's Lukey Francis for Macrae Motors.
Yeah, Hopper with possession, Panda, right of centre wing here. Goes with a 20-metre kick, and it got intercepted by the Hoppers. Good mark from Penny. Real confidence player once he gets his tail up. Broomhead started the game well. It's probably 2, is it, Dan, on the 40-wing stats?
He has got the 2 on the 40-wing stat sheet, Lukey.
And then wanted to fake the hand pass, but eventually got it to Cade Brown by hand, then on to Polkinghorn, and then down the line by Cade Brown. High kick up in the air. It's been turned over to Yates. Yates wants to angle inboard. Finds Garland. Garland quickly plays on and gets it to Harlan. Long thumping kick. O'Brien's back there in a one-on-one. Double fisted from Reynolds. O'Brien picks it up. Swings around. Gets a hand pass away. And the Hoppers come through Foster Gardner, and they're out of the defensive 50.
Yeah, finds his twin brother Archer, who just paddles it over the boundary line, and it's out of bounds, 60 out from Lavington's goal. Tell you what, Chris, that was a good defensive effort from Jack Reynolds, one out against Jake O'Brien, considering he fell over.
Yeah, he wasn't in a good position, and it was sort of set up for Lavington to have a good shot at goal there, but double-fisted it out and that off the hook a little bit there.
Early stages of this opening quarter for A-grade Oils and Battery was played 5 minutes as Lavington go back inside forward 50 from the clearance. Good mark by Cade Brown. He finds Julian Hayes back for the first time in 5 or 6 weeks. Takes a couple of running bounces. Hand passes to Campbell. Wants to come inboard. I reckon he almost missed his foot, Lukey. Oh, wowee.
Dear, oh dear.
Here's Aiden Cook for the Panthers, intercepting onto Garland. Well done to get past Brown. In fact, he didn't. Great tackle from Pup Brown. Wins the free kick for North Albury at half-back. And he just kicks across goals to King, and it looks like they're going to switch it, Lukey.
Yeah, he's been busy early, King Panda. So too is Cade Brown, and then on to Winter. And then Hopper comes through. Penny went again. Here's Winter. Handball's up. Wiedemann got an awkward bounce. Try to get it to Broomhead. Tim's got to go again. Out there on centre wing. Glanville picks it up for the Panthers. Short one intercepted by Wiedemann. Didn't go the required distance. The umpire says play on. Quickly on the left boot. And a good mark is taken by Penny. So Penny, probably about 70 out now, spears it in. Nathan Dennis has got away and he takes the mark inside 50. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
They've turned the footy over a couple of times, the Panthers, in the centre of the ground. They've tried to go through the corridor, but the Hoppers have been awake to that. Having said that, the Hoppers' shots at goal have been right on the boundary too, so I don't think the Lavington side will be too concerned with where they're having those shots.
Nathan Dennis goes short to Caden Winter. So they improve the angle a little and probably gain an extra 10 metres. So he'll have a shot from probably about, on the mark, it'll be 35 out. Dan, who's the leading possession getter so far, mate? Thanks to 40 Winks.
For Lavington, it'll be Tom Hargrave. He's touched the ball 3 times, and Caden Winters is coming in for his 3rd disposal. A really good game to watch early, easy on the eyes.
Yeah, Caden Winters having a great first year in the O&M. A shot on the sticks, the clubhouse end, and he's got it. The Hoppers get the first major. They lead 7-0 as we go back to Denver Carr on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, really positive stuff for both teams, really. Both have had the 4 inside 50s, and it's just shaping that way. It's going to be a really good game. It's sort of going coast to coast at the moment with Lavington and North Albury. But as I said, Caden Winter and Tom Hargrave leading the way for both teams for disposals. 3 apiece, 4 inside 50s each. But North Albury have taken 3 marks inside 50, Lukey. So it's always good to get that stat out of the way. They've started hot, North Albury.
Have we got the stats for Winter's goals for the year? He's had a pretty good year.
We can find that out.
We can. You got the Play HQ stats in front of you, don't you? The Premier Data's, Dan, on your fancy iPad.
Look at him go, Dan Vaccaro.
First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries on 2AY's O&M Live. Panda Escott with you, Lukey Francis, Stan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell. A beautiful day for football. Round 15 SSNA Ovens and Murray action and a secondary restart in the middle of the ground. Umpire Ash Broughton, one of the best in it. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket. You were going to say something?
Yeah, no, that's right. All yours, Panda.
Oh, Ewan McKinlay flicked it out cleverly. And we got another restart. Luke Garland back in today. Suffered a heavy hit. Concussion. Obviously, Geordie Taylor from Wodonga a couple of weeks ago was suspended for that hit. Good to see Garlow back. Goody over this footy, and he's been wrapped up by Neander. And we got another restart.
Yeah, he's got one of the 2 best midfielders in the comp, isn't it? Glanville and Broomhead going head-to-head.
Wiedemann flicks it out beautifully to Goody, who hand passes to Jack Reynolds, who's moved to half-back the last couple of weeks. Left foot kick was shallow inside forward 50. Harlan's first there for Lavington. Minogue slides it over the boundary, and the Hoppers will have it thrown back in. 40 around from there. Goal, broadcast side. 1 goal to Caden Winter, the early settler for the Hoppers. They lead by 7. 7 minutes played on the A.T. Jones time clock.
Just quickly on the 40-wing stat sheet as well. Caden Winter's only kicked 3 goals for the year.
Boundary throw-in, Sports Club end. Driscoll with Minogue at the boundary throw in the ruck contest. Neander comes out, ball hits the ground. Glanville, quick hands, Broomhead, and also another Hopper clash with Wiedemann. And it's over the shoulder here, and Tim Broomhead's going to get it. Men on the mark, Neander at 53, I'd say Chris Mitchell. Here goes Broomhead now. Thumping kick, driving. I tell you what, that's an unbelievable goal. They get their second, the Hoppers. Tim Broomhead, what a star. 13 plays 1 on the Steel Line scoreboard. A Sunjan goal of the day as we go back to Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yeah, Timmy Broomhead, what a finish there. Starting to stamp his authority on this contest. He's up to 3 touches and a goal as well. And their forward 50 inside entries have just been really, really potent. They've had 3 marks inside 50 from 5 entries. North have gone forward 4 times, yet to have a mark inside 50. Tom Hargrave running the show in their midfield as well. Really positive stuff for North Albury.
Huge goal, about 55 metres out, still in the centre square. So massive goal there for the Hoppers, 2 in a row.
He was only doing one thing, Tim Broomhead, when he got that football 55 out. He's actually a very big kick of the footy. So the Hoppers with the first 2. Still early stages of this opening quarter. About 8.5 gone on the A.T. Jones time clock. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries. Chris Mitchell dominating down there on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel. Another good defensive tackle for the Hoppers. Brilliant hands from Broomhead at ground level onto Archer Gardner, who tries to get it back to Jamo Buffler. Gardner was brought down at a pretty strong Lavington tackle. And we've got a ball up 50 out from the Hoppers goal. Just in between 50 and the centre square. Good tap down from Driscoll. You can expect that a lot today. Gardner played for the free kick. That was Archer. And another stoppage. About 65 out this time from North Albury's goal. Lukey Francis for McRae Motors. See if you can open it up for us.
Let's have a look, Pan at Driscoll. Got rid of his man, and Cooper's going to get the free kick for it.
Well, that was just strength, really, in the ruck contest.
Just bustling, Panda. So here goes Hayden Cooper, and he thumps it in. Gee, they're getting some forward entries. Over the top, Butler with a big fist. Ball came to ground level. Buffler fighting away for it. And then spat out the back. Butler's got to go now. Now scoops it up. Good hand pass up to Glanville. Glanville gets a right kick down the line. Didn't go all that far. Sanson's got it. This is Charlie, the young player. Good ball on to Cook. So they're on the half-forward flank now. Alamein Avenue side. Wants to come inboard. And Hargrave left it for Neander. Winds up now. Another short one. This time to Sean Driscoll. A man who's also having a great year in the O&M. And then spears it inside 50. And Harlan's gone forward and he to the 50, Chris Mitchell.
Just poor marking, really. They just chipped them apart. 25-metre passes untouched by the Hoppers and going to have a shot at goal. The Hoppers need to be a little bit tighter marking than that.
He's definitely got the leg here, Jack Harlan. If we didn't see that kick and that switch before to the other side, the kick that hit Sammy Hopper where he didn't have to break stride, he will put this through very comfortably, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, he can latch onto them, Panthers. So watch this. Jack Harlan, the 11 Guernsey for the Panthers. And he does get onto it. Stayed left, though, and it's gone through for one behind. So 13 plays one now. 13 plays one now. So we're going about 11:20 in the opening term on the A.T. Jones time clock. What do you got for us at the moment, Dan, on the 40-wing stat sheet?
It's a pretty reasonably even contest at the moment, Lukey. So 6 inside 50s and 3 marks inside 50 for North Albury, and Lavington have gone inside 55 times for 1 mark. Tom Hargrave 3 touches, Glanville and Driscoll 3 respectively as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Lukey Francis just shaking his leg and shaking the scaffold. He's got the nervous twitch, our man. Free kick here.
Leg syndrome, I think they call it.
Absolutely, the famous Wagga twitch, is it, Lukey? Is that what they call it?
Oh, the Murrumbidgee, there's something special in it. Don't worry about that, Panda.
Bailey Pernag, good to see him back for Lavington as well. Played 20-odd games for Corowa. Goes long down the line. There's a free kick here to Jack Driscoll, who's dominating in the ruck early. Too far out to score, Big Jack, and he's going to pump it long inside 50 here for the Panthers. Pack forms, Glanville off hands, out the back, Darcy Smith, left foot snap, across the face again. Dangerous position there out the back of the stoppage for the North Albury Hoppers. Darcy Smith to be dirty, he didn't finish that. Lavington 2 behind, North Albury 2-1-13 on the Steel Line scoreboard. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, Smith probably had more time than he thought. He threw it over the shoulder on his left boot, but probably could have straightened up a little bit and had a little bit more time. Maybe not a lot of talk out there, but they turned the ball over, the Hoppers.
You're absolutely right, and they've just had an intercept mark there, Lavington. They're starting to really work their way back into the contest. Great mark there by Lavington, and they've gone inside 56 times for 2 marks now.
Yeah, so Julian Hayes coming out from fullback has turned it over to Hennessy. So this is big. This would really hurt. So Darcy Hennessy shooting for the Panthers' first major. To the Logan Road end. Oh, gee, he'd be filthy with himself, Julian Hayes. Here goes Darcy. He lets them off the hook. He pulls it right. It's gone through for one behind.
We've seen this storyline before for Lavington, Luke Francis.
Yeah, we have 13 plays 3 on the Steel Line scoreboard. A.T. Jones time clock has gone 13.5 opening term.
Julian Hayes, a much better kick out of defence that time. Finds Jamo Buffler, who started pretty well for North Albury. Right half back, Alamein Avenue side of Bunton Park. We'll go around the ground soon for 40 winks. Buffler sends a real high, long one. Good luck marking that down the wing. Jack Driscoll, the biggest fella on the ground, says, I will. Goes inboard, finds Nick Brennan for Lavington, hands it off to Tommy Hargrave. He's at half back. They're actually receding here, and the kick from Hargrave wasn't great. And he's given one around the skull to Archer Gardner. It's a free kick here to North Albury. Just 4 to centre for them. A dangerous position to Luke Francis to send it inside 50.
Yeah, Arch Gardner, and he goes to the forward flank. He picks up Buffler Panda. Man on the mark, probably at about 55. Comes back to Arch. So the L1-2 here. Now, the Panthers have got back defensively, clogged it up a little. They go wide again this time to Nathan Dennis.
Patient build-up, isn't it?
Yeah. So they don't mind possessing the ball. He's going to go in now, Nathan. Let's have a look who's down there. Big pack of players at this one. Minogue at the front. Ball came to the deck. And Hennessy and also Buffler, or Smith, in fact, it was. Riley Smith set across the chalk and we'll have a boundary throw in. Rightio, Dan, what's the inside 50s looking like in the opening term? Thanks to 40 winks.
Inside 50 count now on the 40 wing stat sheet is 7 inside 50s for North Albury and 6 for Lavington. So a pretty even contest. Really like the patient build-up that North Albury are possessing, and they're able to get good quality entries inside 50 for 3 marks.
So Boundary throw-in, inside 50 for North Albury. They lead 13-3. Halfway through this opening quarter, Lavington chain it out of defence. By hand, Bailey Pernag, forward hand pass to Driscoll. He got around a North Albury tackler, just edged it forward. It falls the way of Darcy Smith. He's got wheels at half forward, gets around a couple of North Albury opponents, swings around on the right foot, kicks it out to about 40 out from goal. Well done there, Archer Gardner against Miles Albers. Fletcher Ramage for the Hoppers, gets a 1-2 from Gardner. Might get a 1-3 here. Fletcher Ramage. Winter goes out really wide looking for Flynn Gardner, who just overran the football. It allowed Neander to go in and pick it up, goes short and finds Aidan Cook in the pocket. Flynn Gardner won't be too impressed with that effort out there. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket.
No, they had to work pretty hard, the opposite defence, but how good were the Smalls for Lavington, putting so much pressure on in their forward half there and forced a turnover, and they're going to have a shot at goal. They've had 3 behinds in a row. Let's see if they can kick their first major for the day.
It was a beautiful kick from Neander, who could have really blazed away, but he found Aidan Cook in a pocket of space. Tight angle. He'll probably kick from 35 metres. Starts his approach, and he's hooked it badly. So that is 3 set shot misses in a row now for the Lavington Panthers. 4 behinds to North Albury, 2-1-13. That's on the Steel Line first quarter scoreboard. We have played 16 and a half, Dan Vaccaro, for 40 Winks.
Yeah, we have, and disappointing to miss another one there, 0 goals for, but I'm really impressed with the rebound from Lavington. They're able to get it from their half-back to forward line really, really quickly, a lot quicker than North Albury. It could be a concern later in the day.
Julian Hayes just goes with a long one this time. Minot picks it up, working a long way from home. Penny, and then gets one back to Dennis, and then swings it around on the right boot. Nice. Finding Caden Winter, wants to retreat a little. Finds Polkinghorn. And he gets it to King. And they come right across to the broadcast side. Now here's Julian Hayes. Great to see him back in the team. That hand injury. Plays on to Ramage, to King. Looping hand pass to Foster Gardner. He's hot now. Oh, Harlan. I did well to evade him, Foster Gardner. King goes on. And then he's brought down by the Panthers. And the umpire will call for it. So the ball right in front of our broadcast spot here. Opening term, 13 plays 4 on the Steel Line scoreboard. A.T. Jones' time clock has gone 17 and a half.
Panda Escott with you and Lukey Francis, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell, all for McRae Motors. Ball up right in front of our commentary position. Broomhead at ground level. Hargrave, Tommy, just wanted it harder. Broomhead just extracted it beautifully. Onto Minogue. Penny launches North Albury back inside forward 50. Off hands, down there, Wiedemann resting forward. Nick Brennan's under a fair bit of pressure and he's caught holding the ball. Lavington don't like it. They thought he got a hand pass, but in the end, Chris O, it's going to be a free kick here to Nathan Dennis, 40 metres out on a slight angle.
Couldn't be a worse spot to have a shot at goal, couldn't it, for Lavington's side? But, yeah, very hot on the whistle. I don't know if he had a lot of prior opportunity, but it did look like he might have hand passed it over the top as well. But the umpires have been consistent so far.
This would really hurt Adam Schneider and the Panthers if North Albury go up and put this one through. They've had 4 set shot misses in a row, Lavington. And Dennis lines up and he does just that. Sends it straight through the middle. North Albury 3-1-19. The Panthers 4 behinds on the Steel Line scoreboard. And Dan, that is disappointing from a Lavington perspective.
Oh, massively, and it's been a pretty even contest. The only difference is North are making the most of their opportunities. They've kicked 3 goals, 1, 0 goals for Panthers, so really disappointing that they missed it up there, and then North were able to take it up there pretty seamlessly and get a shot on goal and get a goal. Lukey Francis, but it's 8 inside 50s now for 3 marks for North Albury, and Lavington respectively have had 7 and 3 marks. They just simply haven't made the most of their opportunities. Tom Hargrave's been good in the contest, and Sean Driscoll at the back as well, but for North Albury, you just saw that play start from Tim Broomhead. He's up to the 5 touches and the goal. Julian Hayes had the 6 and Caden Winter had the 6. All their big names lighting it up on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, back in the middle. Yeah, we've all seen the movie so many times before this year. The Panthers wayward on goal to the Logan Road end. And they're hurt up the other end by the Hoppers. Here's Butler. Nathan Dennis gets a hand to it. So too does March. They're coming away inside defensive 50. Glanville, just a rush kick out of defence. Garland had a bite at it, put it to the deck. Flynn Gardner spits one out the back. And then over the top of Kay Brown. Coming through was Hennessy. He couldn't get a clutch on it. Campbell for the Hoppers. Gets it on to Brown. He's been good in the opening term and then thumps it forward. Here's Dennis. Front spot, one bite. And then Marsh got a fist to it. Comes out towards Caden Winter. He lost his footing. Sanson goes in, brought down by Cooper. Gee, the pressure's up here, Chris Mitchell. It's great to watch for the Newmarket.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a hot footy, isn't it? But it is a little bit slippery out there, so they've got to get rid of it pretty quick.
Hayden Cooper with a Rare ruck tap down to Neander. Hopper's been wrapped up in a big tackle by Polkinghorne. And umpire Ash Broughton says, I'll have it. Could have really slung him to the ground there, Ryan, but he didn't. Which is good to see. Players are pretty quick to adapt, aren't they? Cook in the ruck contest. Got it down, and there's a whistle here. A free kick going to go the way of North Albury. Took a long time to point which way did Ash Broughton. It's a free kick here to the Hoppers. They go back inside 50, over the head of Dennis. Out the back here, Anderson just jams it on the boot. Butler applied a good tackle on him, and it's gone out of bounds on the full, and it's a free kick here to Lavington, deep in their own defence. North Albury 3-1-19, 3 goals. Lavington yet to kick a major, Dan Vaccaro, around the grounds.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I mean, we'll quickly go around the grounds as well for 40 wings. So Yarrawonga plays Murderford. Yarrawonga 3-5-23 to Murderford, no score. Albury have hit the first two, 2-1-13 to Wang Rovers, no score. And at the Wangaratta Showgrounds, it's 3-1-19, Wangaratta to Raiders 1-4-10. So they're hanging in there as well, Wodonga Raiders.
Yeah, and back here at Bunton Park, North Albury Hoppers lead 19-4 here. We've gone 21 minutes on the A.T. Jones time clock opening term. And it's wrapped up on the half-back flank. Foster Garden's going to hand it back to the umpire. Round 15 of 18, Chris Mitchell, Dan Vaccaro, Blake Escott and Luke Francis, O&M Live, 1494 2AY. Now, the free kick's been given here in the advantage. Neander goes forward, a shot on the sticks to the Logan Road end. Reynolds double fists it across the line here. So 19 plays 5 now on the Steel Line scoreboard. A.T. Jones time clock has gone close to 22 minutes opening term.
So Julian Hayes with the kick-in duties for North Albury. He's already turned one over. And he finds Polkinghorne short. So the 3 goals so far going the way to Tim Broomhead, Caden Winter, and Nathan Dennis for the North Albury Hoppers. And we know Chris Mitchell, they like to possess the footy, and they're just chipping it around their own D50 at the moment.
Yeah, it's worked all right so far, but Lavington's got a bit of a press on at the moment. Not a lot of options to kick to.
Hayes tries to find the exit kick to Campbell. Well done there from Hopper, right on his tail. Bit of a scrimmage here at half forward for Lavington. Winter just hunted the pill. Fed it out to Tim Broomhead. He goes short, looking for Riley Smith. And a good intercept here from Clayton Marsh for the Panthers on centre wing. Alamein Avenue, and he goes really short to Billy Glanville. How many for him, Dan Vaccaro?
Billy Glanville will be coming up to his 5th touch now on the 40 wing stat sheet, Pan.
And he sends it inside 50 and a good mark taken back there by Hayes. And Hayes wants to drive it to the outer side, and they're out the Hoppers. They have got an absolute country mile. Here's Arch Gardner. He's got one over the top if he wants to play on. He cuts inboard now to Wiedemann. Now, Wiedemann, he's got options all over the place. There's green and gold everywhere. To Winter, on to Goody. Awful kick off the side of the boot for Georgia. Might come off, though. Campbell's out there. He got tackled by Hopper, and then one was brought down. That was Cooper. Here comes the net, though. Just poised out of the back line. Charlie Sanson's got to go. Hayes has got a chance here for the Hoppers. He wants to retreat, and he comes back here. So they've lost a fair bit of ground, but they still hold possession.
They want to switch the football again. Let's try again from the Hoppers, hey. Jack King off the side of the boot, but it's going to sit all right here for young Cody Gardner, who's got a lot of time and space. In fact, it was Fletch Ramage. Wiedemann, beautiful left foot kick down the line, finds Penny. He's got a runner inboard. It's Archer Gardner, 60 from home, kicks it long. Minogue, beautiful jukes. Butler was out of position. He did everything he could, but Minogue will line up from 15 metres out in a slight angle.
Yeah, it started with Wiedemann on the boundary here, didn't it? Found Penny in a beautiful kick. They went inboard. Archie Gardner put it on the boot pretty quick. That gave Minogue a great opportunity to mark over the top of Butler, which is exactly what he did.
Just got those jukes up nice and high. And when he touches at the highest point, Minogue, he's pretty hard to stop. So kicking to the North Albury club room's end. This is for goal number 4 for the Hoppers. Lavington 5 behinds. 24 minutes played in this opening quarter. Minogue starts his approach, comes in and makes no mistake, and the Hoppers are on the board. 4 straight goals, 4-1-25 over Lavington, 5 behinds. It's a 20-point lead early stages here in this one, Dan Vaccaro, for 40 winks.
Absolutely. And they just seem to be running on top of the ground at the moment. North Albury, and a couple of those early goals have really sparred some confidence into their group, and their midfield's leading the way. Broomhead's been fantastic with 5 touches. Caden Winter's up to 8, and Julian Hayes has had the 8 as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, Chris Mitchell, Dan Vaccaro spot on, just with so much room to move. The Hoppers coming off half back.
Yeah, they love that quick switch, and it opens it up for them, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Ball back in the centre. A blinding start from the green and gold here at Bunton Park on a Saturday afternoon. Let's have a look. Back in the middle, Cooper got a left hand to it. Hargrave goes after it. Neander, though, came in from nowhere and then sent it forward for the Panthers. They really need something out of this right on quarter time here at Bunton Park. So 25 plays 5. The Hoppers have just skipped away to an early lead. Here's Winter trying to ball through and then got it away and on to Goody and then out this way now to Reynolds. He takes the mark just down in front of our broadcast spot. He's lost the moustache in the last few weeks too, Panther.
He has.
Might have taken it back to the costume place. And Anderson swings it into Wiedemann. Again, green and gold running free. No. Panthers now man them up. Here's Wiedemann. And he sends it in a high entry again. Minogue under it. And there's a siren to bring the first break at Bunton Park. And the Hoppers off to a wonderful start. They lead at the first break 4-1-25 to the Panthers 5 behinds. And this is O&M Live. And remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Quarter time at Button Park. All one-way traffic early. North Albury 4-1-25 over Lavington 0-5-5. Yep, just 5 behinds. A goalless quarter. Dan Vaccaro, who were the Optus quarter's best players in the opening term? How about I turn you on first, Dan?
Turn the old mic on trick. No, that was me, Panda. But no, Optus caught his best. Julian Hayes was fantastic off the half-back line. But I have to say, Caden Winter was unreal. He had 9 disposals. He was really that bull, and he got it going for them in that first quarter for North Albury. For Lavington, there's probably a couple of guys I thought Glanville and Tom Hargrave were decent in the middle and the coalface, but they need to get a little bit of help on the outside.
We'll go down to Chris Mitchell, who was at the huddles at quarter time. Chris, so what were the messages from some of the coaches?
Yeah, I only got to Lavington one, but Adam Schneider still talking to his players, Joe Hansen on the bench there, but he was pretty upbeat, said the same scoring shot, so he said they're getting plenty of opportunities. Lavington just not making the most of them. Don't let them get out the back. I think the Hoppers have done that a few times. Go fast on the turnover. They haven't had that many opportunities to do that. I think the Hoppers have been pretty well set up, but he thinks the game's pretty even. They're within a shot. And they feel like they're riding this one, even though it's 20 points difference.
We'll go around the ground soon as well. And the other SSNA Ovens and Murray round, 15 games. I know the Bombers are only just beating West Coast 31-26. I said that Essendon would only just win this game.
Under 6 goals, I think you said.
Yep. What did I say? Looks like a
you reckon they're just going to win it?
Just going to win. I'm telling you that right now.
Imagine if West Coast won.
Well, you might have to finish the broadcast, Dan Vaccaro. Umpire holds the footy aloft. North Albury lead by 20 points at quarter time. Second quarter action underway for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Cooper did all right in the ruck contest against Driscoll. Falls down here to Jackson Wiedemann. Jams it on the left boot. Floats it to half forward. Anderson first there for the Hoppers. Was able to sort of half get around the net tackle. Goes back in well with a second effort here. Wrapped up. Here's Cody Gardner. Hand pass it to Hayden Cooper. He wants to hand pass it on to Tim Broomhead. Ekes out a short kick and finds Anderson, who just camped out there. 50 out, tied up against the boundary in front of the scoreboard here at Button Park. Definitely don't think he has the distance. He plays on, arcs around, kicks it towards goal. Probably not the right option in the end. It's through for a minor score. 4-2-26 North Albury. Lavington 5 behind. So an early score in this second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. That's on the C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, Panthers. So the Panthers trail by 21 points. They've really got to get to work again. Trying to set something up. Here's Harlan from the fullback position, trying to get Albers. On the second attempt, takes in the mark. So they're 60 out from their own goal. Here he comes down the line on the broadcast side, looking for Jack Driscoll. He got rid of his opponent in Cooper and took the mark. So good hands. Just on centre wing, off to McKinlay. And here he goes with a booming kick inside 50. And then Smith got torn around. Ball hit the deck there. Good play by Foster Gardner out to Broomhead. Back on then to Cade Brown, who's very good in the opening quarter. To Broomhead again. Straightens up and misses Polkinghorne, but it was intended for Caden Winter. So everything's okay for the Hoppers. Inside defensive 50 here, the Sports Club end. And what's Caden going to do? He's going to go out to the Alamein Avenue side. And that's a wayward kick, that one, out in front of Tom Anderson. And the ball has gone out of bounds, Chris Mitchell, for the new marker.
Yeah, it's a bit of an arm wrestle in the middle of the ground here, but interesting to see how much effort they'll put into Tim Broomhead. He was outstanding in that first quarter.
Will McKinlay, his touches, please, Dan Vaccaro.
Was just going to intervene then with his touches. He's only had the 2 touches, one in the first quarter and that early one. They've got to get his hands more.
Yeah, they've got to get his run and carry, don't they?
Yep.
They soccer it forward, inside forward 50 here, Lavington. Julian Hayes is first there for North Albury. Started pretty well with that hand injury. Brian Polkinghorne was tackled. Had to get rid of it quickly. Fletcher Ramage wins a free kick here for a high one. Goody retreats about 15 metres to Foster Gardner. Plays on straight away. Finds his twin brother Archer. Still at right half back. They've got the overlap here that Adam Schneider wanted to stop. Kicks to Penny. Inside 50 for North Albury. Minogue not able to mark up against Nick Brennan, and it's gone out of bounds. Deep inside North Albury's attack. That was great transition football. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newey.
And that's where they're winning the game so far, isn't it? A couple of kicks down the line, and they transition so quick it doesn't give Lavington time to set up behind the ball.
Yeah, here we go. So boundary throw in. Logan Road end broadcast side. Right in the pocket. Umpire hurls it back into play. Driscoll got rid of Minogue. Ball went to ground level. And going through, Zach Cookburn torn down. Look at the players tearing in for the biscuit. Many around the pill. And it's going to be brought down. Here, Chris Mitchell. There's some numbers around this one, mate.
Yeah, there is, Raffle. Expect a free kick to be popped out, I reckon, pretty shortly.
Yeah, that's it. That'll free it up. Manning Green sends it aloft. Minogue, Driscoll, Hargrave. Minogue, kick was smothered. And now Butler just gets a quick one. Here's Archgarter searching for it at ground level. Hargrave spat one out the back. Ramage goes in, boring in. Brought down there by Albers. Free kick. And he's going to get it Miles, and they'll take it in defensive 50, and he plays on quickly to the outer side.
Yeah, Luke Garland's got out the back here on the far side of the ground. Alamein Avenue marks it, flicks it over the top to Hopper. He thought his teammate was going to run for him. He stood still, and the hand pass missed him.
Statue.
It allowed North Albury to get numbers back in the contest, and we've got a ball up far side of Button Park. North Albury 26, Lavington 5 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. 4 played on the AT Jones time clock, second term. Here's Anderson. He's been pretty good for North Albury. Comes inboard, finds Penny. Probably 75, 80 metres out from goal. He's got a ranging right foot, and he pumps it long. Minogue in a tussle with Butler. Butler did really well. Nathan Dennis out of midair with a Sunjan goal today. A soccer effort like the Matildas, Chris Mitchell. The North Albury have banged through their fifth.
He sort of paddled it to himself. It was an arm wrestle between Minogue and Butler. But, yeah, he was there. Dennis right on the spot. And goal square, I think Sam Kerr would have been pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, what a goal there. And just on the 40 wing stat sheet, boys, that's 4 inside 50s for North Albury early. But the one thing I love is their forward 50 inside entries have just been deep and penetrating, and they're finding the right target. And if they have to go around the 50 and chip it around, they do that. So they've just been fearless in their attack. Lavington probably getting carried away a little bit with their rebound and overcooking the handball, and North Albury will make you pay every time.
Yeah, they got 5 on the board, North Albury. 5-2-32 leads the Panthers 5 behinds. Thanks to CMV Truck and Bus. Rightio, here we go. They go forward. Glanville, and then a good mark taken back in defence by Cade Brown, who's been so good at the start of this footy game. And he goes with a long high ball into the centre square, and over the back is Wiedemann. And he wastes no time at all. He plays on to Jackson. Let's have a look. Long, high, sort of chip kick up inside 50. Minogue comes out. Butler gets a fist to it at the back. And then rove by the Hoppers. Out on the bounce on the full by Anderson. As we go back to you, Dan, what do you got?
That was just really, I just wanted to pick up that mark there by Jackson Wiedemann. That was poor defending by Lavington. For him to take an uncontested mark in the middle of the ground, turn and run 20 metres and kick it, they've got to be better than that. Their pressure's got to be a higher ability there.
Nathan Dennis with a beautiful soccer mid-air kick. It was a volley in the goal square. The only goal in this second quarter. We've played 6 minutes on the AT Jones time clock. It's a 27-point lead to North Albury, all over the Panthers at the minute. Ball at ground level, boundary throw-in, in fact. Just 4 to centre here for North Albury. Wonderful first quarter and a bit for them. We'll go around the ground soon. For 40 winks, Dan Vaccaro repeating. Myrtleford winning against Yarrawonga in the A-grade netball as well earlier today. North Albury 53 to Lavington 55 here at Button Park in the A-grade netball as well. Reef back into play from the boundary throw-in. Lavington win the clearance. Aiden Cook first there. He jams it on the boot. Darcy Smith has an open 50. Comes out and meets it. Kicks it into the space looking for Neander. It was just outstretched for him. He tried as hard as he could to get there. Brown back for North Albury. Julian Hayes. They're playing dangerously in the goal square here, and they eventually just rush it through. Through for a minor score. Lavington, 6 behinds. North Albury, 5-2-32. 7 played. Second quarter. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Ball's picking it around now, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, sure is, but they're moving it so quickly. That's why it's opening up Lavington.
Here's Jackson Wiedemann again on the outer side. A little free here. Dan Vaccaro, then ball goes inside 50, bounces in front of Minogue, comes out to Cooper, gets the handball off to Campbell, out wide to Wiedemann again, and then gets around Hopper, puts it on the left foot, goes for home, searching for the Hoppers 6. That's just missed to the outer side, and it's gone through for 1 behind. So 33 plays 5 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. AT Jones time clock has gone close to 8 minutes. in the second term.
They have, and they've had 7 inside 50s already, North Albury. And again, they've left that corridor free, and Wiedemann was just able to go inside forward 50 with not much pressure at all, boys.
He only had one thought on his mind, and that was lining up for a shot at goal too.
His foot skills today have been beautiful, Jackson Wiedemann's. His 40 winks numbers, Dan Vaccaro.
Jackson Wiedemann's had 6 for the game, but he's been effective every time he's got him, Panda.
So Lavington, desperate for a major in this 2AY On-M Live ball game. Haven't kicked a goal yet. We've played 8 minutes into the second quarter. Hayden Cooper did well on the far side here. On to Caden Winter, off the side of the boot, but it's okay for Campbell. Bang smack in the middle of Button Park. He had a runner beside him, Julian Hayes. He didn't use him in the end. Overcooked the kick, looking for Anderson at half forward. Picked up here by Lavington. Julian Hayes tried to intercept, bounced off his chest, should have marked that one. Spills out here to Cody Gardner, who goes back inside forward 50 for North Albury, looking for Minogue in that wonderful battle with Butler. Buffler there, fires it back to Broomhead, kicks it over the top, looking for Minogue, not able to get his hands to it. Butler, his kick was smothered at ground level. Lavington and North Albury players fighting for it here. It comes to Driscoll, who clears it as far as he can out to the far Alamein Avenue side. Flynn Gardner does well for North Albury, intercepts, puts it on the boot, out of bounds on the full. Both players look pretty tight at ground level. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, they're absolutely going hammer and tonk at each other at the moment. Lavington's just keeping their head above water, but I know Minogue's got 1-1, but Adam Butler has been outstanding today. The pressure that he's putting on that second ball, yeah, first class.
Hoppers with a 27-point lead, if you just tuned in. 9 minutes gone, second term. A.T. Jones time clock. Harlan ducks around a hopper and sends it well outside 50 to the Alamein Avenue side. Big fist and out of bounds. So North Albury just the one win from 18 games last year. 5 wins on the board in season 2023 with 4 rounds to be played out. They've had a tough month. They met Yarrawonga, Albury and also Wang. They lost those 3 in successive weeks and then defeated the Raiders to bounce back. Ball back into play on the outer side, Driscoll. And then comes away from the pack. Flynn Gardner, wide to Broomhead, just had to shield the sun from his eyes. Takes it in the long sleeves and then sends it in that low driving kick. What a ball for Wiedemann, Chris Mitchell, thanks to the Newmarket.
Put it on a silver platter, didn't he, with an entree and everything. But, yeah, they're in a tight spot. But, geez, he can pinpoint a pass from 45 metres out. And he's going to get it again.
A Panda. Now, that was AFL delivery. No wonder that man played at the top level.
He just got it back as well, Lukey Francis. So he snuck forward here, and they've kicked it straight back to him, Tim Broomhead. And we've already seen that he's kicked one goal from further out from where he's lining up here, and he's kicked some pretty big, important goals this year from around this distance. So he's at the Alamein Avenue side, just in front of the scoreboard. He'll line up from 50 out.
Here he goes. What a talent he is, and just much loved of this club. It's been fantastic for them. Here he goes, Tim Broomhead, and he sends it aloft. What's he done? It's right there on the post, and it's got tapped through for one behind. So 34 plays 6 here. We've got 11 minutes, second term on the A.T. Jones time clock. We'll go back down to you, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, they just can't get out at the moment, can they, Lavington? I don't know where their goals are going to come from, but, yeah, they just transition the footy so fast, Hoppers. It doesn't give them time to set up.
We will go around the grounds for 40 winks quickly as well. It is 7-8 Yarrawonga, 50 plays Murderford, 1 goal straight for 6. And Albury 5-2-32 to Wangaratta Rovers 0-2-2. And Wangaratta 5-4-34 to Wodonga Raiders 2-5-17.
So Lavington have made their way up to the wing here. Darcy Hennessy with ball in hand in front of the club rooms here. Kicks it long to half forward. O'Brien camped out the back, got high, not able to mark it down. Gardner's been wrapped up in a good Lavington tackle here, and he's caught holding the ball. Ash Broughton took an eternity to make the decision, but he got there in the end. He looked good doing it, did Ash Broughton. And Sean Driscoll is the man who has the football in hand. I think just too far out to score for Sean. He'll have to kick this from 56, 57 metres. Just kicks it to the hot spot. A rare inside 50 for the Panthers. Cook flew really high. Big pack right in front of goals. Ramage at ground level. O'Brien trying to get a nifty little kick there. Goody extracts it for North Albury. Clears it as far as he can, but it's going to come straight back because Chris Annette has taken a brave mark. 60 out from his own goal.
Annette with it. So what will he do here? He wants to come wide here to one-on-one with O'Brien. Hopper's all over the place, just fisted out. And then coming through is Joe Hansen, swings it around, sends it up towards the top of the goal square. Minogue and also Flynn Gardner flew for it. Minogue spits one out the back to Tim Broomhead. He's everywhere. Ball's gone out of bounds in the pocket here. Sports Club ends. We go back to you, Dan Vicara, on the 40-wing stats.
Yeah, it is. It's 10 inside 57 at the moment. So Lavington getting the opportunity to go forward, but they're just not picking their targets well and obviously not kicking nowhere near as straight as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
14.94 2AY. Hope you're enjoying the action here. Sudden death, really. If these two teams want to continue into the finals this year, Annette got a double fisted to it. Yates comes at it, gets it on the boot. Wild kick. Wayward out in the full. And the Hoppers will get a free kick in the back pocket. Sports Club Ed Panda, broadcast side.
They will. It's in the hands of Tim Broomhead, their coach, just racking up the 40 winks disposals. How many now, Dan Vaccaro?
That was his 14th.
And he's got one goal as well. So North Albury 5-4-34. Lavington 6 behinds. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We've played 13.5 on the AT Jones time clock in this second quarter. Nathan Dennis with the only goal in this second quarter. It was a ripping goal too. Here's Julian Hayes in his own defensive pocket. We know how patient North Albury are. He goes short to Dimmy Broomhead as well, who likes something inboard aggressively. Finds Foster Gardner, who can just run and carry the ball. Takes a bounce, slips over, and here comes the pressure. Turnover. His hand pass finds Cook. Cook hand passes it back to Billy Glanville. He got an awful bounce. Winter. And out of the bounds on the full. Good pressure from Yates on Ramage. His kick not great. Lavington got a free kick on centre wing through Billy Glanville. Lukey Francis for McRae Motors.
Yeah, Panda, so the Panthers need something out of this forward entry here. So this is Harlan. So will he go inside 50? Or will he elect to go short? Now, his eyes are darting around. It's an awful kick. Ramage goes in first, picked up by Garland, and a beautiful smother from Jack Reynolds. Great teamwork. And look at the Hoppers get around him. We'll go to you, Dan, quickly on the 40-wing stats. Who's the leading possession getter, mate, for each team on the 40-wing stats?
Well, for North Albury, it's Tim Broomhead. He's had 15 disposals and 1 goal. And the one here is Tom Hargrave at the moment. He's had the 8 disposals, and Sean Driscoll as well has had the 8.
Okay, ground level, Winter, Yates in the back on Winter, so he'll get the free kick. Just inside defensive 50 here at the Sports Club in Panda. The Hoppers have it.
Scrappy game at the moment, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket.
I was just trying to summarise myself. I think they're smothering them around the footy. The pressure that the Hoppers are bringing, it's not allowing any time or movement from the Panthers whatsoever.
Both sides playing pretty defensively, I think, at the moment as well, just sort of protecting what they have. And Dennis goes really short to Cody Gardner. Lots of players slipping over as well. Chris Mitchell did say it's a little bit slippery out there at Button Park at the moment. So this is Gardner. Oh, his kick had too much on it for Nathan Dennis. Lavington with a chance here to repel. McKinlay, wonderful hand pass out to Driscoll. Ran to about 55 metres and then got in trouble. Put his teammate Neander under pressure. And he's caught holding the ball by 2 Hoppers. Wonderful defensive play from North Albury. And they got a free kick. In defensive 50, they lead 34-6. A 28-point lead. We played 16 minutes on the AT Jones time clock, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, Panda G, the Hoppers are closing in fast. Chris Mitchell at these contests.
Yeah, they are, both sides.
I've never seen so many smothers in a period of play.
Yeah.
There was 2 in a row there.
Last 10 minutes if we had 2.
Let's have a look. He'll get the clearance here. So McKinley's ended up in the ruck against Cooper. Here comes Penny. Picks it up off ground level to Broomhead. Quickly on the boot. Right of centre wing now. Going back Brennan. Off his chest. Couldn't get it on the second attempt. Dennis weaves around. Gets it on to Smith. Turns it over now. Back to Brennan. So the Panthers have it to Glanville. No. Put it down. Winter. On to Arch Gardner. Finlay got a fist to it. McKinlay, I should say. Polkinghorn plays on to Wiedemann. Gee, I'll tell you what. It's helter-skelter. Hectic. Chaotic. Here's Winter. He picks it up. Sends it inside 50. Annette sits under it. Takes the mark for the Panthers in defensive 50.
If you would have told me coming to this game that these two sides would be 6th and 7th in a do-or-die pretty much elimination final, football at the moment isn't all that great. Lavington on the far side of the ground here. Luke Garland has marked, probably why these sides are in and around these positions. He's going to swing around on the left foot, and he's going to send Lavington inside forward 50 as Garland. Sanson's in the hole. Neander's at ground level. Fires out a hand pass. Comes the way of Driscoll. Had to get rid of it quickly because Archie Gardner mowed him down. Great defensive tackle. And Julian Hayes runs it over the boundary line. Sean Driscoll was firing on goal then. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket. Great pressure from Archie Gardner.
Yeah, it was. I think it was it Miles Albers who had a chance to sort of blaze away but just didn't, got shut down. So I think both sides probably need to take the sting out of it a little bit, slow it down a little bit of chip kick footy. But, yeah, they're going helter-skelter, as you said before.
Panda, a good handy crowd up on the balcony of the sports club there.
Very handy crowd at the moment, Luke. You reckon there'll almost be 1,000 people here, probably more at the moment?
And Albers goes into Garland, so this must go through. This has to go through for the Panthers here. 34 plays 7. We're gone close to 19 minutes on the A.T. Jones time clock. Second turn, Chris Mitchell, a must-kick goal.
Oh, that's taking it lightly, isn't it? Obviously, they haven't kicked one and it's 19 minutes into the second quarter. So, yeah, desperate times.
Been a leader at this club for such a long time. Such a well-respected figure, not only at the Panthers, but within the Ovens and Murray Football League is Luke Garland, and he needs to kick a goal for his Panthers here. 40 out of the sports club end. Might just no. I thought it might drop short, but it's to the right-hand side and through for one behind. 34 plays 8. CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. A.T. Jones time clock has gone 19 minutes. Second term, Panda.
8 behinds Lavington. North Albury 5-4, 34. Reynolds flew for this one. Foster Gardner came down really hard, found his brother Archer onto Nathan Dennis, who kicks down the wing for North Albury. That has gone higher than it is longer. The ball is allowed to bounce. Pernag under pressure for Lavington. Driscoll flicks it back to Harlan, who looks in ball with a beautiful left foot kick. Glanville not able to mark. Goes in hard at ground level. Winter for North Albury. Fires it back to Broomhead, who just knew he was under pressure. Hand passed it back to Ramage, who goes short to Brown. Right on our broadcast side here at Button Park. North Albury lead by 26 points. Only one goal in this second quarter. Brown wants to switch the footy aggressively, not the greatest kick. A wonderful... He had 2 pants breathing down his neck, showed a bit of candy and played on down the middle.
Oh, thank goodness Flynn Gardner took that mark for the Hoppers.
He had to mark it, didn't he?
Oh, didn't he? Panthers coming in from everywhere like vultures. They set it inside 50 now to the Logan Road end. Ball comes back out to Penny. Under pressure, Glanville's got him.
Free kick off the ball, actually, going to...
Yeah, well, Caden Winter just put down
Miles Albers. Yep.
He was probably holding the ball anyway against Penny, so...
Albers to Hargrave, right of the centre, Button Park. Round 15 of 18. And then on to Sean Driscoll. 60 out from home, Sports Club end. Now, what's he got forward of him? He needs Panthers to move for him. There's not much movement down there. Short one to Garland, good kick from Driscoll, finding Luke. So virtually in the same spot he was before moments ago here, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, and he's not a huge kick of the footy. I reckon 50 sort of tests him, so he'll be right on his range here, but probably a slightly better angle.
What are the inside 50 numbers, Dan Vaccaro? I feel like Lavington have owned the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they have. So this quarter, they've had 11 inside 50s, and North Albury have had 13. So reasonably even. North Albury peppered them a little bit in the opening 10 minutes.
You've just joined us. The Panthers still don't have a goal. They don't have a major on the board. We're 21 minutes into the second term. Here's their chance, though, through Luke Garland. He lobs it up, and that one, virtually the same story. Carbon copy. It's gone through from behind on the same side again. So 34 plays 9, CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, and we've almost gone 22 second term. What are you two laughing
We're
at?
laughing about the fact that
I don't think I've ever
9
seen,
behind.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah,
I can't believe it either.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, to be honest.
A lot of set shots as well. Luke Garland, the same spot that he kicked the same behind earlier. Wiedemann crashed the pack on Harland. Spills the way of Cook here. Wiedemann caught one high. Yep, free kick to Jackson Wiedemann. And a clash here between two Lavington players. Harland's actually holding his head.
Yeah, Garland got Harland.
Yeah. They Harland each other, didn't they?
They did.
Lukey Francis.
Globetrotter
Free kick
stuff.
here to Jackson Wiedemann. Beautiful kick. Aggressive inboard finds King at half back. He's got Flynn Gardner working hard for him. He goes there. Space in the middle of the ground for North Albury. Gardner chips it nicely over the top to Broomhead. They've moved it to 60 out from goal. Broomhead with a spearing kick inside 50. Butler couldn't defend that. How often do we see that Chris Mitchell from Tim Broomhead? Minogue will mark 20 metres out, half a slide angle.
He said it perfect. It was a spear kick, but they just need to get the ball in his hands because he just weaves magic every time they get near it. But he just gave the defenders no chance, Butler no chance to spoil that one. A spearing 45-metre pass again to Minogue.
Not sure what I was saying there, but Minogue.
We knew what you were saying. We knew what you meant.
20 metres out on a slide angle. A beautiful kick from Broomhead. This to extend the margin to 31 points.
Yeah.
Josh has 2 goals. Yeah. The margin's out to 31. Constant Lavington misses at one end. North Albury with 2 straight goals in this one. And Chriso, it's the story of the game at the minute.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, they've had Garland's had 2 behinds. You've got Haaland, Smith, Cook and Hennessy I've got down all with gettable shots. The rest have probably been rushed behind. So if you put at least 3 of those on the board, it's a completely different story. But at the moment, it reads 6-4-40 to 0-9.
It is, and an unbelievable display getting put together here by Tim Broomhead, boys. He's up to 19 disposals and 1 goal already. He's the best player on the ground by the straight at Flemington, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, that's it. That is it, Dan Vaccaro. 0-9 from the Panthers. 0-9. It's hard to fathom. It's hard to comprehend. Here's Arch Gardner. Hargrave goes in. Head over the footy. Goes again. Spits out the back. Goody. And then, where's the ball? Here it is. It's players going in. O'Brien over it. The umpire's going to call for it. So hard to sort it out in there.
Dan, can you work out on that stat sheet of yours when the last time Lavington had a goalless first half?
Leave me with it.
That's a no.
O'Brien. And then how long do you need, Dan?
About a week.
Cooper. That was Cook, I should say. And then the ball's gone to ground. And again, another stoppage here inside 50 Sports Club end. Panda as we work up towards a long break.
Yeah, 25 played on the AT Jones time clock. Second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. North Albury by 31 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Flynn Gardner has had a pretty good quarter. Goes in ball by hand to Wiedemann, who kicks it long on the boot. It tumbles over about 3 players inside an open North Albury 50. Annette's first there for the Panthers. His hand pass put a teammate under pressure. Here's Tim Broomhead who picks it up, lowers the eyes and finds Winter, who played on. He took the mark and then he played on. The siren sounded. He was going to go back and have a shot from probably 45 metres on a slight angle, and the siren beat him. North Albury were going into attack, but I tell you what, they'd be pretty happy with that first half. 6-4-40. They lead Lavington 0-9. A goalless first half for the Panthers, 9 behinds. A 31-point lead in North Albury at Button Park on 2AY's O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
Clear.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTafe.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Street Albury.
O&M Live on
Mike's
2AY.
live. We're not getting proper levels come through.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it has been an excellent half of footy. It's been a really interesting. It's been a really interesting half, and Lavington just kicking themselves out of it. Kicking 0 goals, 9, and to North Albury 6-4 40. Chris.
Yeah, they have. It's been an amazing start.
Can't hear him.
No, you can't hear him. No, that's okay. We're still having some technical difficulties here on the halftime show. So it's been a fantastic half there by North Albury, kicking 6-4 40 to 0 goals, 9. It's been an impressive display by captain Tim Broomhead. He's up to the 20 disposals as well this quarter, and Caden Winter as well. He's had the 18 disposals. Lavington Panthers, they're still yet to fire a shot. They've had 0 goals, 9. So Tommy Hargraves, he's had the 10 touches. Will Glanville, he's had the 7. And Sean Driscoll, he's had the 10 as well. So a little bit concerning there for Lavington going into the third quarter as well. And then we'll get some AFL scores at the moment. So it's Essendon 52, West Coast 27 in the third quarter as well. And Adelaide Crows 45 to Gold Coast Suns 11 as well. And we will get some other around the grounds for 40 Winks as well. So at the moment it is, let me just get these scores up. So it's 75, Yarrawonga plays Myrtleford 3 goals, 1, 19. And Albury 5-4, 34 to Wangaratta Rovers 6-4, 40. And then you've got Wangaratta 11-4, 70 to Raiders 2-5, 17, Chriso.
I think I'm back on board.
You're
Sorry
back
about
on board,
that, Daniel,
mate. No, that's all right. I gave a little spiel, and now I've run out of my voice.
you just held the keys there to the keyboard pretty quickly. Well done. But it's been an amazing first half from the Hoppers. 6-4 40 leading the Lavington Panthers 0-9-9. Haven't got a goal yet. Don't really look like it, Daniel.
Well, they've had their opportunities, and they've gone inside 50 23 times, and they're kicking. It's been the story all year, Chris. So it's just they absolutely have the yips. It's a mental thing, I think. The fact that there's 0 goals, 9 is just extraordinary. North Albury are making the most of their opportunities. They're the one thing they're able to do a lot better than Lavington that half is they're able to work it out from defence a lot easier. Lavington aren't defending the corridor at all. And North Albury, it probably is about 4 or 5 times that quarter where North Albury were waltzing it through the middle of the ground with next to no pressure at all. And then when Lavy get it, they have perceived pressure straight away and they're making mistakes, and then they're sort of getting it forward. And I guess that's half the story is they're getting it forward, but they're getting it in poor positions where they're forced to kick those points. Where North Albury, when they're going forward, they're kicking it to dangerous spots, and they're kicking it to 50-50. There was not one contest where North Albury kicked it inside their forward 50. For 28 entries, it was either a 50-50 or it was hitting the target. There was no pour, there was no turnovers at all.
No, spot on. That was a good analysis there too, because every time North Albury's gone forward, it's been a slingshot attack, hasn't it? It's been an open forward line. They've been able to get marks inside 50, where I'm not sure what marks inside 50 Lavington have got, but it wouldn't have been too many, particularly in that second quarter.
So they've had 6 and North Albury have had 9. So only a couple more, but the difference is where they're having them as well. There's been a couple on the boundary for Lavington where North are getting it long and direct and getting those marks from Minogue sort of that 20 metres out. And then if not, it's a contest where Lavington are prone to turning it over when they go inside forward 50 where North Albury are able to rebound.
So it was the Hoppers by 20 points at quarter time. It is the Hoppers by 31 at halftime. Tim Broomhead has been absolutely phenomenal, Daniel. His pinpoint passing from about 45, 50 metres to find the likes of Minogue and Dennis and Winter going forward has been phenomenal.
It has. He's just as good as anyone in the league for mine, Tim Broomhead. He's just an unbelievable footballer. Not only has he had 20 disposals, his ball use would have to be going at 90% almost. He doesn't actually stuff up a kick, Chriso. He just hits the target every single time, and he gets it in dangerous areas. He doesn't get junk time kicks at the half back. He'll get a couple, but then when he goes forward, he hits targets inside the forward 50, and that's what separates the good players to the best. And I think Tim Broomhead's in that category. He's just an unbelievable footballer. He's kicked a big goal, 20 disposals, and 20 very good disposals as well.
By far the best on the ground so far. Josh Minogue has 2-1, but I think Adam Butler's done a pretty good job against some difficult task today.
Absolutely, it has. When you have 28 entries inside the first half, that's a lot of entries going towards Minogue. I think Minogue's probably got one of the best hands in the comp, apart from maybe Lee Williams, for a big forward. So it's a huge task, and I think Butler's almost winning that duel. Even though he's got 2 goals, it's a really good one to watch as well.
All right, well, we've got to some netball. I think you've got something for us.
Yeah, we are. So we're going to go to Ryan Tam for Ray White Rural for our netball update, and then we're going to go to a break, and then we'll be back with the second half. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
This is the netball wrap, thanks to Ray White Rural, servicing Albury and now servicing Holbrook. Today saw us at the Albury Tigers, the Tigers playing host to the Rovers and coming home 2 strong 13-goal victors, 50-37, a comprehensive 4-quarter effort from the Tigers, and the Rovers just remained in touch, particularly with shooters Sammy and Beck Krelcham just really netting some beautiful long-range bombs. Kelsey Wilson was instrumental in defence for them, but not enough. The goalkeeper in Brigitte Singh was our player of the day, and she just picked up a lot of loose ball, complemented in the circle by Neve Thorne and Heidi Fisher on the defensive line, and Lily Howe stood up beautifully and strong in attack.
Yeah, look, just the experience, I think, of Albury got over the line in the end, but really bright future for the Rovers. We've spoken about before the talent of some of the young players coming through, and I think, bright future if those players can stick around.
And in the other games, we saw potentially a little bit of shift in our ladder with Lavington taking a 2-goal win over North Albury, Wangaratta taking a 13-goal win over the Raiders, and Myrtleford acting Yarrawonga's second loss of the season, 44-39. All 3 games ebbing and flowing over the course of the day, but that will see the ladder sitting at Yarrawonga, a game ahead of Wangaratta in second. Myrtleford have clinched third, Lavington move into fourth, and the Raiders are now into fifth and trailing by a bit of percentage. So a little bit of work for the Raiders to do if they want to get back up into that third spot, but it poses for a great end of the season.
Certainly does, Ree, and really looking forward to seeing what the next 3 weeks bring. I think Yarrawonga have probably cemented top spot, but second, third, fourth and fifth, it could end up in any way, shape or form.
And we look forward to Lavington taking on Wangaratta next week for round 16. This has been the netball wrap thanks to Ray White Rural, servicing Albury.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
O&M Live.
Mike's
on
live.
2AY.
Half time here at Button Park, just about to wrap up. North Albury have been on the ground for a while. Lavington just running out as we speak. Boy, oh boy, do they need a goal. They still have not kicked a major. And it's at half-time. 0 goals, 9. Trailing North Albury 6-4-40. Blake Panderescott with you here on 2AY's O&M Live. We've got Luke Francis, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell as well. And Dan, no doubt at half-time it would have been about the costly misses from Lavington and I guess just how much it's costing them in this opening half.
You're spot on, Panda. And I even just said to you off air, like, how do you even address that at half-time, Chriso? Like, what do you even say to the blokes? It's probably something you don't really want to bring up because that gets in their head a little bit as well. So how do you address that the half's been good, but you just actually haven't been able to kick. So
I think
it's astonishing.
It looks worse on the scoreboard than it is. I don't know if a lot of those chances were really easy chances.
And a lot of
were
set
from
shot
tight-
misses,
yeah,
though.
and
Yeah.
from tight angles as well. They weren't directly in front, 25 metres out. So, but it does look bad, obviously. 31 points
And
the difference.
That's the thing, and I think we touched on that just at half-time, boys. It was the fact that, like, I think North Albury, the credit to them was they were able to push them into ordinary areas to have those shots, and where North Albury, they were able to go long and direct and kick to 50-50 or actually good winning contests. So that's probably the difference as well.
I have to say, boys, I'm struggling big time. I just went to the North Albury canteen half-time, and you two boys were doing a wonderful job. I've tipped half the pepper shaker on our dim sims. Dan Vaccaro isn't happy. I've got snot running out of my nose. I've had to endure a couple of peppered-flavoured dim sims and an ordinary start to this second half, it's fair to say, Dan Vaccaro.
You might have actually just accidentally stumbled on something that's not too bad. I don't mind the pepper on the dim sims.
Mate, they were genuinely black. There was that much
that's all right.
pepper.
That's okay.
I did go a little bit too hard. I didn't know it was the pepper shake. But anyway, hopefully that might change the fortunes as Luke Francis gets into his chips and gravy bucket. He's got nowhere to wipe the gravy off his hands. Look at him. This is wonderful stuff up here in the scaffold at North Albury, it's fair to say.
How do I do it every week with you blokes?
It is indeed. Around the grounds as well, in some other SSNA Ovens and Murray games, getting some word in that apparently the Prime Train has kicked goal of the year for the Wangaratta Rovers, so it's a good thing
and
he was
he's one of them in the twos.
The Rovers with a massive second quarter, 7-4-46, leading Albury 5-4-34. Obviously here at Button Park, North Albury up by 31 points, and Wangaratta have kicked away against the Wodonga Raiders 70-17. Yarrawonga 75 over Myrtleford 19. So both sides getting to their positions. Still a beautiful day for footy, Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newey. Not a cloud, a couple of clouds, but a beautiful day.
No, the sun's out. It's shining. It's a little bit slippery on the deck, but both sides are lining up and matching up now and ready to go.
So the first goal is so important for this one, Lukey Francis, especially for the Panthers. I mean, it would be their first goal today. Extraordinary. So we're about to get underway in this second half. Season 2023 done for the loser. Here's Lukey Francis for Indigo Power on R&M Live.
Yeah, Panda, 31 points the margin in favour of the Hoppers. Here we go, second half. Harlan tried to get one to a net. And then the ball came out to Dennis. And then going in Winter, gets it off to Penny, and he just misses it to the right-hand side of the Sports Club. And that would have been just a dream start to the second half, but it didn't quite come off. So 41 plays 9 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard to start the third term. And we've gone 30 seconds on the A.T. Jones time clock.
I feel like you and McKinley just got the clearance out and went the opposite way then for a second too, boys.
Here's Ewan McKinley with the ball in hand at left half back. Walking across that ground just then as well, it was very slippery.
It was.
And a lot of players have slipped over today. What a start that would have been for North Albury inside 30 seconds. Penny probably should have kicked that one. Here's Garland with a free kick. Centre wing, far side, Alamein Avenue side of Button Park. It's been pretty good today as Luke Garland. He's going to kick to half forward and ask Aiden Cook to come and lead at the football. He did. Got hands to it at ground level. Good second effort. Fires out a hand pass. Neander bounced off his chest. Here's Hargrave Tom moving through traffic. Left foot kick was okay. In fact, it may have actually gone out of bounds on the full. It has, and it's a free kick here to Flynn Gardner. Deep in his own defensive pocket here for North Albury. One behind to them in this third quarter through Jack Penny. Lukey Francis for McRae Motors. Turn yourself on, Lukey.
35-metre kick, Panda, down the line.
Got a habit of that, don't you, my friend?
And then you just concentrate on that pepper on the dim sims. What the heck was going on there, Panda?
He thought it was gravy.
It's still got a runny nose, sore throat here.
It had a big P on the shaker over there. I don't know what hey?
I don't know what was going through my head.
Yeah.
I don't know how I do it every week with you blokes.
Well, we asked the same
hang
question
on
of
a
you,
sec.
Dan Vaccaro.
Goody, half-back flank to Winter.
His numbers, George Goody's numbers, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, quiet, your mate Goody. He's only had the 6.
Your mate?
He's your mate.
Tell you what, no one wants to own him today. Bit rough. Here's Broomhead.
He's my
Look
mate.
at him. Yeah, I think we all like him. And then into Wiedemann. Back to Goody. Here they come to King. He goes inside 50 and Minogue slipped over at the back of the contest, marked by Sean Driscoll. Panthers have a defensive 50 and they want to come broadcast side Panda and they're looking for Glanville.
Not sure why Jack King did not have a kick on goal than Chris Mitchell.
Absolutely. He was directly in front, about 45, 50 out.
Here's Ewan McKinlay, just pumps it long down the wing and calls from Clary Albers. In fact, it was Garlow. Took a really good mark, Luke Garland. Open 50. Surely they're going to get on the end of it here. Neander dropped a chest mark, running inside forward 50. Outstretched arms. A chance goes begging for Lavington. And Jack Reynolds clearing kick for the Hoppers might work out here. Wiedemann has it on the far side of Button Park. Hand passes to Polkinghorne. He's under pressure. Hopper goes in here for the Panthers and extracts it to half forward. Few North Albury jumpers there. Garland was caught holding the ball. A big crunching tackle from Fletcher Ramage. A wonderful tackle for the North Albury Hoppers. And he wins the free kick in his own defensive 50. And they're out here on the broadcast side, Lukey.
Yeah, still no goal for the Panthers. Here's Arch Gardner. Wants to come down the line to King. Centre wing. Broadcast side. Short one. About 15 metres to George Goody. I tell you what.
Blood rule.
Yeah, blood rule. Yeah, Clayton Marsh is coming to the bench.
Just going back to Neander, he had to turn over his shoulder. I reckon he got the sun in his eyes and he dropped the footy, boys.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that.
Go with that.
Yeah, he wants him to come back around his mark here. So Clayton Marsh still coming to the bench. He's got claret pouring from above his left ear. He's quite okay, though.
Because we sit right above the opposition benches here at Button Park in the scaffold, Lukey.
Okay, Brown has missed Caden Winner. Coming through Garland onto Sean Driscoll. Need a go out of this. Here's Jack Driscoll. Need a go out of this. They must. So we're 4 minutes into this third term here. Forward to Cook. What have they got inside 50? Good delivery to O'Brien, who takes the mark, Chris Mitchell, for the new market.
On the second bite of the cherry, he didn't make it too convincing either, but he's got a pretty good angle. I reckon he's on a slight angle there, about 40 metres out. Needs to kick this one. It'll be their first.
Yeah, so Jake O'Brien, man on the market, 45. And he's got good skills, this guy. And he'll make the distance. So this is all about accuracy, I reckon. 41. Yep, plays 9 behinds. Here goes Jake. He's got to give the Panthers on the board with a goal here to give them any hope in this football match. Undoubtedly. In he comes. Launches it. I reckon that'll be it, will it? No. It's another behind.
Read about it.
It's another behind to the right-hand side. 41 plays 10 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. A.T. Jones time clock has gone 5 minutes third term.
10 behinds Lavington. You heard that right. No goals to North Albury. 6-5-41. It's a 31-point margin. Indigo Powers scoreboard. Third quarter action for Inspirations Paint here on 2AY's O&M Live. Jack Penny with the ball and he's deep in defensive 50. Plays on to the Alamein Avenue side. Drives it long with that long left foot. Looking for Hayden Cooper up against Driscoll. Ball at ground level. Here's Broomhead. Tries to get around the Harlan tackle. That was good pressure there from Harlan. Winter kicks down the line. It's a good mark taken there by Tom Anderson. Leading up at the football. Still on centre wing here, the Hoppers. They always want to come inboard. Here's Julian Hayes. He's got it. In his own defensive half. Goes really short. Ball actually hits the deck right in front of Polkinghorne, and now he's in trouble. Wrapped up in a big Jack Harlan tackle. He just slipped over at the last moment, and here's a chance for Lavington. They still trail by 31 points.
Yeah, Harlan's got it. Right as centre wing, Alamein Avenue side. And there he goes with that left foot. Sean Driscoll got up. Second bite. Takes a great mark. That is an elite body and paint mark and play of the day. Well done to Sean Driscoll. He was able to reel it in, Chris Mitchell, for the new market.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. He sort of had one hand in the air and hit the ball, and then as he landed on the deck, he came down with a footy. So it was great to watch, but they need a little bit of luck here, the Panthers.
Yeah, come on, Sean. Get the Panthers on the board, mate. They need a goal. Let's have a look. We back him in, Panther? Back him in, Dan?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, come on, Sean. High ball, go to the goal square, won't have the legs. Cook at the front, got hands to it, put it down. Players fighting away for it, finds its way across the line, another behind. Yep, another behind. 41 plays 11. The Panthers still without a goal here. 7 minutes into the third term on the A.T. Jones time clock.
Lukey Francis and Blake Pendergast got with you. Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell for McRae Motors. Third term action for Indigo Power as Julian Hayes goes short and finds Jamo Buffler. We'll go around the ground soon, Dan Vaccaro. In fact, how about we go around the grounds now?
We can do it right now. Panned up for 40 winks around the ground. So Yarrawonga's 75 to Myrtleford's 19. Aubrey Tigers 34 to Wang Rovers 46. And at the Wangaratta Showgrounds, Wangaratta 70 to Wodonga Raiders 17.
Here's a chance for Lavington snapping on goal. Darcy Smith's nailed a Sunjan goal today.
You're beauty.
Finally, 7 minutes into the third quarter, Darcy Smith snaps truly. Something from nothing. The Panthers 1-11-17. North Albury 6-5-41 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Chriso, they needed that.
Absolutely. What a great goal from Darcy Smith. He had heaps of opponents around him, heaps of heavy traffic, but threw it on the right boot. And yours truly, their first goal, 1-11-17. The Panthers are 6-5-41 North Albury.
Yeah, great call, Chriso, and what a time for that to come from Darcy Smith. A great finish. They've had all the play this opening 8 minutes, the Lavington Panthers. They've had 6 inside 50s to North Albury's 1. They've taken 2 marks going forward. So maybe that's a little bit of the changing of the guard for this second half, Lukey.
Yeah, that's right, Dan. So 8 minutes into the third term has taken the Panthers to register a goal, but they're on the board. Let's see if they can get the next. Back in the middle of Button Park, Cooper and also Jack Driscoll. Driscoll with the left hand to it. Goody just puts his heart and soul into the game every week for his club. No wonder he's captain. And then Smith just missed it. Yates missed it. Ended up with O'Brien. Back to Yates. Spits a turnover to Campbell. And then Campbell goes inside 50 here. Bouncing ball. Brennan for the Panthers. Was under pressure. Got a high ball up. Coming down now. Fist to it. Ends up with Buffler, out to Campbell, under pressure to Goody. So they're working in close here. Smith faked the hand pass, got it to Wiedemann. Quick entry now. Minogue with a one-on-one with Butler. Butler with a big fist away. Ball goes to ground. Penny went in. Buffler again, out to Broomhead. Took him on, gone. And the ball will go to Glanville here, and the Panthers will get a defensive 50.
Wonderful tackle from Billy Glanville. Broomhead tried to fend him off, wrapped him up. North Albury by 24 points here, 41-17. Garland has it on the far side. Look at that left foot kick. Beautiful, finding Charlie Sanson, who dropped what he should have marked. And we've got a boundary throw in on the far side of Button Park here. A big let off there for North Albury. Sanson dropped an easy Duke mark there. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, they were nearly out too, weren't they? But the switch, that quick switch kick is probably what they need to do a little bit more often.
So toss back in. Right on centre wing. Important contest here, and it's going to go the way of Lavington. They look inboard through McKinlay. Comes out here to Albers. Hanson drives it long. Middle of Button Park. Kicks it long. Driscoll, dangerous. At ground level, Julian Hayes. His hand pass went out to Polkinghorne. Flynn Gardner goes back into traffic dangerously. Kick not great. Long time in the air. O'Brien intercepts and bangs through, and he's missed. Pretty much directly in front. All he had to do was put it on the boot for a goal. And it's through for a minor score. Lavington 1-12-18. Putting pressure on North Albury. 6-5-41. 10 minutes played on the A.T. Jones time clock.
There's a brilliant intercept mark by O'Brien and ran into an open goal, and he needed to kick that.
Yeah, his hands went straight to his face. He was so disappointed. He knew he'd let his team down, but gee, there's been a few with him today. It's just been hard in front of the sticks.
Tell you what, they're on top at the moment, the Panthers. Another couple of quick goals and they'll make North Albury nervous.
7 inside 50s to 2 this quarter already, boys. So Lavington dominating, but they can't get it on the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, let's have a look here. So boundary throw in, right of centre wing, Alamein Avenue side. In it comes. Driscoll. Cooper got it. Hand to it also. The net brought down. The umpire's going to call for it. So Lavington with the 10 wins in season 2022. Missing out on the finals, finishing in 6th position. Recently, this year, a big win over the Raiders in round 13, but then got trounced by the O&M ladder leaders in Yarrawonga prior to the bye. Ball heading inside 50 again, the Logan Road end. Neander comes out, picks it up off the deck, goes himself, swings around. Will this be a goal? Heading towards the sticks across the face. Another behind, or is Cook going to be paid the mark here? Cook's going to be paid the mark.
The goal umpire signalled it behind.
Well, I thought so too, Chris.
So, I don't know. Been overruled.
Yeah, he has.
I think they're getting together here, actually.
Yeah, now conference.
So the umpire, the goal umpire and the boundary umpire and umpire Ash Broughton are all getting together, and it's a point.
Behind. Yeah, Chris Mitchell, absolutely 100% spot on there. So 41 plays, 19. Inspirations Paint scoreboard. A.T. Jones time clock has gone 12 and a half, third term. Blake Escott.
Free kick here to Archer Gardner. At left half back, broadcast side. Sun still shining here at Button Park. Beautiful conditions for footy. North Albury under a lot of pressure here at the moment. Lavington asking a lot of questions. Just not able to put it on the scoreboard. 1 goal, 13. 19. They trail North Albury. 6-5-41. Winter goes down the line. Big pack in front of our broadcast position from Wiedemann. And also a Lavington Panther. Inside 50. Neander. Not able to mark. Ball at ground level. Hand passes here to Darcy Smith. Can he get his second? He kicks it goal. What he can. Darcy Smith's got 2. Lavington got their second. And the margin is back to 16 points on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Once again, Chris Mitchell, something from nothing.
Just sort of chaos footy, isn't it? And that's sort of the way they're playing at the moment, the Panthers. But they're getting it in there. I'm not sure what the inside 50 count. Dan will tell us in a minute. But, yeah, that makes that ground level, that second effort's making the Hoppers, little bit nervous. I reckon they've right on top here, the Panthers. They need to capitalise.
Yeah, you're spot on, Chris. And nothing pretty about Lavington's footy at the moment, but they're just getting the ball inside their forward 50. So 9 inside 50s to North, 2 this quarter. So they are just getting winning the territory battle and getting a couple of goals there through Darcy Smith on the scoreboard. Impressive quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet for Lavy.
Yeah, so a heap of time left in this footy game if they're good enough. Panthers, Glanville got reefed off the ball in the middle, holding it, the umpire said. We'll go to the Hoppers. Jackson Wiedemann.
It's been good, Wiedemann. 14 touches this will be.
He has. And away he goes with a booming kick inside 50. Minogue gets a run at it. Got to the front spot. Reynolds scoops up. Turned over to Joe Hansen. And he's gone holding the ball. Umpire said play on. Winter, right foot, sends it down to the forward pocket. Fisted away by Butler in front of the North Albury Sports Club. And we will have a boundary throw in, Blake Escott. It's just picked up a level here on the third term.
It has
which
indeed.
is brought to us by Indigo Power.
It has indeed. Dan Vaccaro, those inside 50 numbers again for 40 winks.
Yep, so Lavington 9 inside 50s to North Albury's 3 this quarter.
A boundary throw in. So 2 goals in this third quarter to Lavington in the way of Darcy Smith. He's got some serious talent. Polkinghorn in there for North Albury. Minogue around this football as well. Spills out here to Hargrave. He's got a high free kick here. Does Tommy Hargrave? That's against Minogue. It was a bit sloppy. In his own D50. Wants to switch to the broadcast side. Finds Harland. Still in his own D50 here. Hansen leads at him. Harland chips a very nervous kick in the position of Hargrave. Had to mark that. Archer Gardner was coming in the other direction. Hargrave goes down the line. Garland was worked under the football by Ramage. Spills out the back here to King, on to Wiedemann. Got a lovely left foot kick. Wants to switch the football, and he does that to Broomhead. He marks at right half-back point of the centre square. Lukey Francis for McRae Motors.
Here he is, Bandit Tim Broomhead, the former Collingwood Magpie to Polkinghorn. Half-back flank to Kay Brown. Okay, now let's see if they can work it through the Panthers' defence here. Brown, spearing kick to King. So right of centre wing broadcast side here. And he's got Ramage wide, but he ignores him. Goes direct to Penny. Terrific mitts. Really strong in the hands and plays on now to Arch Gardner. Arch Gardner inside 50. Great delivery to Anderson, Chris Mitchell. They were just patient. They spotted one up and they move it on. Dennis, no, too tall for him. So that's interesting. Oh, and then in the back, and well done to win the footy was Yates. And he's got the Panthers out of trouble there, Blake Escott.
Anderson must have thought Chris he didn't have the distance to pass that one off.
Yeah, it wasn't a good kick, was it?
So he tried to lead to Nathan Dennis, and it was over his head, and a chance goes begging for North Albury. Here's Ewan McKinlay. His number's Dan Vaccaro.
Ewan McKinlay's just had his 5th for the quarter, and he's had 9 for the game.
He's trying to bounce down the wing, and he was brought down in a tackle, and he's won a free kick for holding the man here, Ewan McKinlay. Goes inside forward 50. Just lost track of the ball there, actually. And there's a free kick here to Luke Garland in the goal square for a push. Yeah, North Albury can't believe it, but Luke Garland will bang through a goal, and this will be 3 on the trot for Lavington.
I reckon one of the Hoppers defenders just took their eyes off the footy a little bit and caught Garland. I reckon that's what it was for.
So this will be 3 in a row for Lavington, and this will bring the margin back to 10 points. Luke Garland kicks it from the goal square, and this game is on. 3-13-31. North Albury 6-5-41 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. We've played 17 minutes on the AT Jones time clock. Dan Vaccaro, what are our 40-wing stats showing us?
Yeah, well, the inside 50 count, boys. Lavington are just parking it inside their 50. So 10 inside 50s to North Albury's 4. They've gone in there, but the quality of entries weren't great from North Albury. It's almost as if they flipped a coin and swapped from the first half. Luke as well, and Ewan McKinlay, he's really been good this quarter. So he's had the 6 touches, boy, and only having 4 in the first half. So getting those runners around the footy is always great for Lavington on the 40-wing stat sheet.
The coach is excited too. He's down on the bench talking to Tim Sanson. He's up and about.
Yeah, that's right. Adam Schneider down from the box. So if you just join us on 1494 2AY, O&M Live, the Panthers didn't have a goal in the first half. They've kicked the only 3 of the third term. A double to Darcy Smith, and Luke Garland, as we know, has just kicked the last one. They trail by 10 points, the Panthers.
Not beaten Lavy since 2010 was Panthers stat as well, boys.
Unreal. Oof. Yeah, 13 years. Here we go, Glanville. Head over the footy. Look at them going in. Glanville goes again, and O'Brien stands up with it. Goody comes in to meet him, and the umpire's going to call for it. Left of a centre here, Bunton Park. Okay, she's on now. Let's see who can stand up for the green and gold, and also for the black, teal and white. Free kick given. It's going to go the way of the Hoppers. And Minogue, and he has it just left of the centre, Panther. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, just impeded in the ruck contest there. Goes short to Winter. Still too far out to score. Likes an option into the pocket. Kicks to the advantage of Wiedemann. A beautiful kick from Caden Winter. And Jackson Wiedemann definitely has the legs. He says, boys, I'm putting the arms up. I'm going to take a breather. And Chris O is going to line up 45 metres out on a pretty tight angle.
I love that. Just don't argue to the teammates here. Don't expect me to pass it off because I'm not going to. So I'll just love their delivery into the forward 50, just giving their forwards the best opportunity. And they've been playing in front as well. So an open forward line gives them somewhere to move into.
Adam Schneider asking just how long can he have to go back and take his set shot here. So Wiedemann will kick from 45 metres, starts his approach. It's across the face of goal. Does it stay in play? It doesn't in the end. It doesn't register a score. A disappointing finish there from Wiedemann. North Albury still lead, 6-5-41. The Panthers 3-13-31. Don't think I've ever said that before on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. 19 minutes played, Lukey Francis.
That's it, Peter. So Cook, deep in the back pocket, goes to Butler. Myself and Blake Ascott brought to you by McRae Motors this afternoon. Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet. And Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. Thank you to all our wonderful sponsors. Not only today, but for the entire year and in recent seasons. They've been fantastic. Here go the Hoppers inside 50. Low ball. Bouncing a net. Picks it up. And then coming through Butler. Campbell spits one out the back to Caden Winter. Winter on the boot. Sends it up towards the Minogue direction. Well done, O'Brien. Got back and saved the day for the Panthers. And then out wide to Glanville. Needs a good bounce here. Gets it. And the Hoppers are on the move. The Panthers.
Here's Aiden Cook on centre wing. They've got a bit of an overlap here. Plays moving forward. It's Sean Driscoll. He's got it on centre wing. Hoppers by 10, 41-31. Driscoll ran into a bit of pressure and Glanville just puts it on the boot. A high up and under to half forward. Front position there was King against Garland. Cade Brown extracts it. That is very high. He just kicks it as long as he can down the wing at Bunton Park. At ground level, there's a whistle. There's a free kick. It's going the way of Lavington. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket.
I'm guessing over the shoulder, but I didn't see a lot of it.
That's why I asked you as well. I didn't see it. Sam Hopper has it for the Lavington Panthers. The only 3 goals in this third quarter. They were goalless in the first half, and they now trail by 10 points, Lukey Francis. 21 played, AT Jones time clock.
Hargrave, and then shifts it to Cook. Centre wing, Alamein Avenue side this time, and in he goes inside 50. What can the Panthers make of this? 2 Hoppers fly for it at the front. Ball comes to the deck. Brown spat one out the back. And then coming through, Goody, head over the footy. Well done. And brought down by the Panthers, and the umpire's going to have it. So it's at the top of the 50 here, Logan Road end. We're gone almost 22 on the AT Jones time clock, third term. Hoppers lead by 10 points. Look at the numbers around this ball, would you? A net. And then comes down. Sean Driscoll's at the bottom of the pack there. And the umpire is going to call for it again. What are your thoughts, Chris Mitchell? Thanks to the Newmarket.
The bleeding obvious. The next goal's massive. It settles it a little bit if the Hoppers get it. But if Lavington gets it, their tail's up going into the last quarter.
That's it.
A little kick inside forward 50. There must be 35 players in D50 here for Lavington. Spills out here to Reynolds. Minogue was under a lot of pressure, just got a hand pass away. Driscoll was brought to ground, and we got another ball up. Another stoppage inside Lavington's attacking 50 here. 41 plays 31. Third quarter for Indigo Power. Lavington with the only 3 majors. Pushing very hard. Here's O'Brien. Right foot snap. Rolling Goldwood. Out the back here. Looks like it's Nick Brennan trying to pounce on this football. Cade Brown was careful not to give away a free kick there. King, left foot dribbler, down the line, wants the boundary line, gets the boundary line. Just forward of centre here for Lavington. Broadcast side, 41 plays 31. Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks.
Yeah, the inside 50 count's still 11-6. I just feel like North Albury playing probably a little bit conservative, a little bit nervous, Lukey, and Lavington are just running on top of the ground, and the ball is just camped inside their 50. So it's all Lavington at the moment.
Yeah, hope you're enjoying the vision on Optus TV and the broadcast on 1494 2AY, holding the ball. It's going to go the way of the Panthers. Now, Cook's got it. He's 70 from home. They're kicking towards the Logan Road end, and he's going to go wide entry here. Driscoll comes out, takes the mark. Sean's got it. And goes short, wobbly old ball inside. It was terrible. Put Hargrave under a ton of pressure. Hooks it back to the goal square. Hands to it. Hennessy goes through. And then Foster Garner gets the handball across the line. So it's back to 9 points now. North Albury 41. Lead the Panthers 32. We've almost gone 24 minutes on the A.T. Jones time clock. Here's Blake Escott from McRae Motors. We've got a big final term coming up after this, Panda.
We do indeed. Wonderful action here on O&M Live. Broomhead kicks the ball out of defence and finds touch. Of course, that used to be a free kick back in the day, but of course everyone plays on now, Dan Vaccaro. Around the grounds, please.
We will go around the grounds, but I just wanted to touch on Tim Broomhead as well. 20 touches in the first half. He's only touched the pill 3 times this quarter, so they've nullified his influence as well, Lavy. And we will go around the grounds for 40 Winks here. So it's Yarrawonga 102 to Murderford 20. Albury 42 to Wang Rovers 64. What a game that's turned out to be there. And 101 Wangaratta to Raiders 24 on the 40 Winks around the grounds.
Yeah, we'll go Harland, inside forward 50, a wobbly old kick. It's bouncing through. Is it through for a goal?
It's touched.
It was touched. Oh, the umpire confidently
of course it was touched.
Gave that for a behind, and it's through for another one for Lavington. Harland just jammed on the boot. It rolled goalward and must have been a touch. 3:15:33 Lavington. Trail North Albury 6-5-41. 8 points down. They might make their way in points, Lukey. Francis?
Possibly, Panda. There goes Julian Hayes with a big sweeping kick from the fullback position. Ends up with Jackson Wiedemann. Into Campbell. Halfback flank the Hoppers. Green and Gold have got possession. So this is where they're usually patient. To Broomhead. Hard up against the fence. Alamein Avenue side here.
That's Adam Schneider. You can hear barking orders in the background.
That's right, just under our broadcast spot. The former Sydney Swan and St Kilda player. Of course, played in that famous premiership with the Swans in 2005. There's O'Brien going down the line here, trying to find Brennan. In fact, that was Smith. Darcy Smith's taken off here. It's coming back, though. And it's going to go the way of Tim Broomhead, Blake Escott.
25 played, A.T. Jones time clock in this third quarter. Broomhead's kick was aggressive and it's been chopped off here by Jake O'Brien. Lavington with a chance. His kick wasn't great. Broomhead, a second opportunity, bites off another aggressive one on the 45 inboard and finds George Goody at right half back. The captain of the Hoppers, he's been called to play on. Plays it safe and kicks it to the Alamein Avenue wing and it lands in the arms of Nathan Dennis. Kicked a wonderful soccer goal in the second quarter. His kick wasn't great. Asks a lot of Campbell. Puts him under pressure. His hand pass wasn't great as well. And Goody lays a tackle. And the siren sounds to end a very promising quarter for the Lavington Panthers. They trailed at the main break by 31 points. And now it's only an 8-point margin. North Albury 6-5-41. Lavington 3:15:33 on O&M Live. You won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Mike's live. Three-quarter time here at Button Park, Lavington. Well, they had a wonderful third term after a pretty horrible first half. 3:15:33, they trail North Albury 6-5-41. Blake Panderesca with you, Luke Francis, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell down on the boundary. Dan Vaccaro, who were our Optus quarters best in that third quarter, please? For
Thank
40
you,
weeks.
Panda. Just messaging our very own Robin McKinlay. He's rubbing it in on the beach there. He's just sending me a few snaps. So he's loving life, mate. He's just enjoying it, kicking back. But
what beach is he on, Robbie?
Who knows?
Sunshine Coast, I think.
Is he?
The Optus quarter's best for that quarter. North Albury, they went into a little bit of damage control that quarter. I felt like they were probably playing a little bit nervous. There wasn't too many players around the ball. I mean, Caden Winter was really good. He was in the midfield. He had 6 disposals. And George Goody, that was probably his best quarter of the game as well. He had 6 disposals. But for Lavington, you could take your pick. Jake O'Brien came alive that quarter. He had the 5 touches. Ewan McKinlay as well. He had 6. But I thought Sean Darcy Smith was just fantastic. He kicked their only 2 goals for the game, and he's looking really good.
Beautiful. I could just picture Robbie now. G'day, Robbie. I just see him now lying back in his beige Speedos.
I'm going to be going with the man,
You
Candy,
reckon
just quietly.
you reckon he'd be a Speedos man?
Yeah, beige Speedos. Yeah.
Chris Mitchell, thoughts at three-quarter time from the coaches?
Yeah, got it over to both huddles. Finished at Adam Schneider. He singled out Sean Driscoll and the captain, Luke Garland, for their outstanding efforts in the third quarter. He said mindset. He reckons the Hoppers are getting a little bit nervous and need to keep the pressure on.
Yep.
For Broomhead, it was fairly composed. He said they've lost their run from behind and let Lavington control territory and want to go back to how they were playing in the first half.
Interesting thoughts from Adam Schneider and from Tim Broomhead. It was pretty evident that third quarter North Albury were holding on to what they have.
Yeah, I think Lavington can definitely smell blood here this quarter, boys. I think North were playing a little bit of damage control that quarter, so it'll be interesting what Lavington do here.
If you're just joining us, Lavington didn't kick a goal in the opening half. The only 3 goals of that third quarter have 15 behinds on the board. Extraordinary game. 3:15:33 Lavington, North Albury, 6:5:41. Fourth quarter underway for Mac Jack Sheds. Here's Lukey Francis.
Yeah, it's come down to this, Panthers. So back in the middle. Here we go. And Cooper tried to hack it off for deck. Arch Gardner at the bottom of the pack. And he's wrapped up by Albers, and the umpire will call for it. Let's have a look. So 8 points in it. That's right, as Panthers said, the Panthers didn't kick a goal in the first half. The Hoppers haven't kicked one in the second. It hardly makes sense. Rightio, Flynn Gardner going in. Ball came out the back. Hayes trying to fight away for the ground level. And then Garland, he's at the bottom of the pack. Flynn Gardner goes again. Foster Gardner got swung around. Here's Hayes coming out of the pack. Gets it on the boot. Bouncing ball towards our broadcast position. Cody Gardner, or just slipped at a vital stage here. And then going in, Yates. Look at the tenacity from both teams here. This is fantastic. And Panther, this is super to watch here, right in front of our broadcast position for McRae Motors.
Chris Mitchell could go and actually throw the ball up if he wants. Driscoll grabbed it out of the ruck, tried to kick it. Wiedemann's hand pass towards Goody was intercepted by McKinlay. Gardner caught one high and won a free kick. He made sure the umpire saw it. A free kick here at right half back, right in front of our broadcast position. This is Archer Gardner. A lot of talent, this young kid. Goes long down the line, looking for Minogue. Not able to mark at ground level. Gus Gardner, hand passes it out to Polkinghorn, on to Goody, gives it back to Polkinghorn. Archer Gardner just weaves through traffic beautifully. Kicks to half forward, Penny out the back, not able to impact the contest. A good, strong defensive mark taken by Nick Brennan, who's been pretty solid in defence today for the Panthers. No score in this opening last quarter. We played almost 2 minutes on the A.T. Jones time clock.
Yeah, great mark from Brennan. Well done in defence. Glanville has it on centre wing and then sends it down the line to Darcy Smith. He got them going in the third term, kicked those first 2 goals of the second half. Neander. And then taps it along the ground here. Sean Driscoll searching for a teammate. No left foot. Goody came in. And then McKinlay's in there. Glanville came out the back. Hargrave gets onto it. Goes for home. Long kick. Oh, was it touched? No, I didn't think it was touched either anyway.
The umpire called it straight away too, boys.
He did. So
Love the confidence.
Cade Brown claimed it. I didn't think it was touched, but anyway. Okay.
So behind.
41 plays 34, border carpet scoreboard.
Behind for Lavington after all that. And as Lukey Francis just said, a 7-point ball game. North Albury still in front, yet to kick a goal in this second half. And Wiedemann's kick has been turned over once again by that man out there. It's Driscoll working very hard. He goes down the line, finds Pernag, and here's Hargrave. Puts it on the boot, sends it inside 50. Ramage takes a wonderful defensive mark. Well, there's a free kick and a whistle here, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket. It looks like it's a free kick for Lavington.
Yeah, he must have pushed him out in the contest, but yeah, I wasn't there for mine.
So it's against Brown, and it's a free kick here to young Charlie Sanson.
Wow.
Did you guys see anything?
I'm not sure, but it's a free kick nonetheless.
No, it doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't indeed, and Charlie Sanson has an opportunity to bring it back to a 1-point ball game.
How big's this?
Lavington trail by 31 at half time. And here's young Charlie Sanson, 35 metres out, slight angle. He's nailed it. A Sunjan goal today. And Lavington now trail by 1 point, 4:16:40. North Albury 6:5:41. That's on the border carpet scoreboard. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newie.
Yeah, fantastic finish there by Charlie Sanson. He never really looked like missing it, but yeah, especially considering the circumstances of the game. But we aren't the only ones enjoying it, boys. I've got a text message from David Sinclair, the chairman of the O&M, and he's enjoying this match in Greece, in Santorini. Would you believe it? It's 34 degrees, 9 o'clock in the morning. He's loving our call on O&M Live.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Go all around the world O&M Live, don't we? Yeah,
Santorini, what, 34 degrees?
34
what have we got here?
degrees,
15?
Hey,
Pretty good at bunting, isn't it?
Bet you they don't have picket fences over in Santorini like these boys.
Dave Sinclair, no, he's a great man. And back in the middle, hello to you, Dave. Great to know you're tuning in, having a listen and following this game on O&M Live. 14.94 2AY. So 41 playing 40. The Hoppers up by a point. 4.5 gone here, final term. Unbelievable. Robbie, I know he said Robbie McKinlay. Ewan McKinlay comes in and ball's gone across the line here. Just adjacent to the interchange gates.
Rocking the Matty Rowell, tucked in Guernsey too, Ewan McKinlay. A bit questionable.
He just has to eat the grass now.
The Lavington Panthers have kicked the last 4 goals of the game. Prior to that, the Hoppers kicking the first 6. Just unreal. Here goes King, then Gardner, Flynn.
Good
going out to
pass.
Foster Gardner, on to Wiedemann, back to King, and then Wiedemann again at bootlace level. Did well to Hayes, gets it back to King. Look at the hand passes here. Quick hands to Polkinghorn. Gets it out wide now. And then Hayes on to Flynn Gardner, too high. So the Hoppers are going to get it, Panda. Left of centre wing, or right of centre wing, I should say, Alamein Avenue side.
A lot of handballs in that passage of play, and Julian Hayes plays on and kicks it into, was it the umpire or the back of Haaland?
He kicked the ground.
I think he kicked it into the back of Cook maybe. Who knows? Strange turnover. Lavington running away with it. Darcy Hennessy takes a bounce. Inside forward 50. Steady to put the Panthers in front. And it's wayward. Strangest passage of play for the year. Through for a point. Lavington 4-17-41. North Albury 6-5-41. Scores a level. Button Park last term. 5 minutes played on the A.T. Jones time clock.
It's all square. This is what we came for. We didn't think there'd be much in it, and right now they're locked together. The Panthers and the Hoppers at Button Park.
21 scoring shots to 11.
31-point lead at halftime.
Round 15 of 18. What a contest we got now. Stick with us on O&M Live, 14.94 2AY. Let's have a look. Right of centre wing, far side here. And then Polkinghorn tried to get the ball out to Goody. And then brought down was a Panther without it.
Sling.
That's a sling tackle. And boys, just quickly around the grounds for the one game. Albury 12-80 to Wang Rovers 12-4-76. So it's getting very tight at the Albury Sports Ground.
Yates
4 points, Daniel.
comes back to Brennan. Now the Panthers want to switch it to Haaland. Now Hopper's on if he wants him. Oh, this kick's got to come off. Now Pernag's got to go now. He just got met by a couple of Hoppers, and it's going to be tied up here. Oh, big kick. So they didn't use the loose man, and we do all have a stoppage.
So a ball up, 65 out, 60 out from North Albury's goal. They led by 31. Scores an hour level, 41 all. Early stages still the last quarter for Mac Jack Sheds. G'day to Phil and the crew from Mac Jack Sheds. Hope you're enjoying the action. Here's Hanson running away with it. Fires a hand pass that was intercepted to Flynn Gardner. Darcy Smith tackles him over the boundary line. And we've got a boundary throw in on the far side of Button Park, Alamein Avenue side. Still scores a level. We've played 7.5 on the A.T. Jones time clock. Blake Penderescott with you, Lukey Francis, Chris Mitchell and Dan Vaccaro for McRae Motors.
Here's the umpire bringing it back into play. Panda Driscoll tried to grab it out of the ruck. Polkinghorn goes in, wrapped up by the Panthers. And again, the man in green will have it. Chris Mitchell. So big moments now, mate.
They've just lost their way in the middle of the ground, haven't they? Before they were sort of moving in waves, and they tried to do that again, but they've overused it a couple of times. And Lavington's been up to the task. Their pressure's been outstanding.
Foster Gardner got out of the Sean Driscoll tackle. Kane Winner, though, snavelled it and got the ball back now to Smith. Just got his hands in time to Glanville, who took it and holding the ball. So Billy pulled down. Umpire said he didn't dispose of it correctly. Caden Winner with it for the Hoppers.
Every moment matters now, doesn't it, in this last quarter with scores level and everything on the line.
Yeah, and he goes long down the line here with about a 40-metre kick. Oh, good mark to Buffler. And the Hoppers still have possession. Panda right of centre wing, Alamein Avenue side.
Feel like they need a goal desperately here, North Albury. Haven't kicked one this half. He goes inside forward 50. Out the back, Nathan Dennis tight in the pocket. Left foot screws it back to a dangerous position. Butler against Minogue. Lavington defence working hard. A good smother there for the Hoppers. Lavington clear it. It's going to come straight back, though. Out of bounds on the full in the hands of Timmy Broomhead, who's too far out to score. He'll get this footy back about 80 metres out from North Albury's goal, who kicked all the goals in the first half. Lavington have kicked all the goals in the second half. Timmy Broomhead fires it into the pocket. Big pack forms at ground level. Brennan, he's been impressive today. Fires a hand pass to Yates. He was under pressure. Riley Smith not able to get a hand pass away. And we've got a boundary throw in, 60 out from North Albury's goal. Chris Mitchell, this game is incredibly tense for the Newmarket.
Yeah, and like you said before, the Hoppers desperately need a goal. When did they kick their last one? It must have been early in the third quarter. But
23rd minute mark of the second term.
Second term, yeah. It's been a while.
41 apiece, the Hoppers and the Panthers. Almost 10 gone in the last term. Button Park. Chris Mitchell, Dan Vaccaro, Blake Escott, and Luke Francis. Ball rolling towards the boundary on the outer side, and it's gone out of bounds. Dan, we'll get our leading possession getter thanks to 40 Winks.
Yeah, well, Tim Broomhead is actually now being overtaken by Caden Winter, who's had 27 for the game, so he's been in really good form. And for Lavington, I dare say it's going to be Tom Hargrave, who's 17 at the moment.
Very good. So still right of centre wing, Alamein Avenue side. Umpire pitchforks are back into play. Polkinghorn try to get the handball off to Wiedemann. O'Brien got it though and kicked it a long ball forward here. Sanson's taken the mark here. Charlie, man on the mark, at 52 out. Charlie in two minds, gets the handball off now to O'Brien. O'Brien latches onto it. The ball looks wide at the moment. That's going out on the full, is it? Yep. And the Hoppers will get it. Blake Escott, back pocket, Sports Club end.
So they breathe a sigh of relief there. That was a pretty poor kick from Jake O'Brien, who had options inside forward 50. Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And probably the story of the game, it's such an arm wrestle, 5 inside 50s apiece and no marks going forward. So both teams feeling the nervousness of the last sort of 10 minutes. This is finals on the line, boys. So
it is.
This is huge.
Yep.
Season done for the loser between these two great rivals. So much riding on this game. North Albury in 7th, Lavington in 6th. And a chance to potentially play finals. Reynolds straight through the middle of Button Park, looking for Wiedemann, who takes a beautiful mark on Brennan. Look at the numbers run forward for North Albury. Wiedemann on the boot, looking for Minogue. Josh Minogue with a late body and paint mark of the day. Just had the advantage, the quick kick inside 50, and he'll line up 30 metres out in a slight angle.
He just read it a little bit better than Butler. They both ran back pretty even, but he turned around a little bit quicker and chopped off that Wiedemann kick. He was always going to go long. He was too far out to score, so a great mark there by Minogue.
Close to best on Jackson Wiedemann too,
I reckon,
boys.
Yep.
21 disposals. He's been fantastic to that middle of the ground in these late minutes.
So Josh Minogue for goal number 3. The most important kick of the season for the North Albury Hoppers. So much on the line. He'll kick from 30 metres out. Slight angle. Sends it on the way and he's missed it. He's hooked it. Now the Hoppers have the yips. 6-6-42. The Panthers 4-17-41. Back to a 1-point ball game on the Border Carpet scoreboard. Here's Lukey Francis. We've played 12 minutes in this last quarter.
Yeah, Panthers, so that would have broken a run of 4 straight goals to the Panthers, but it wasn't to be. It's such an important point to the Hoppers. Here's Broomhead trying to get it to Fostergaard and then spits it back to Broomhead. Squaring kick now, they come inboard. Buffler's taken the mark here, left of centre wing. Alamein Avenue side here, dangerous kick. Cook's got it. He's going to play on for the Panthers. In he goes inside 50. McKinlay, yes, dropped it.
Spent it before he got it.
He did. And then the Hoppers mop up to King. This way to Hayes, just in front of Neander. So Julian's got the ball, defensive 50, Sports Club end. Good kick to Goody. And manning the mark is Brennan, and he wants to come this way to Campbell. Hoppers half-back flank here, final term. We're gone 13 minutes. North Albury up by 1.
That was an incredibly bit of lucky play and unfortunate for Lavington. All Ewan McKinlay had to do was mark that football. Horrible turnover from Jamison Buffler in the middle of the ground. Here's Winter for North Albury. That kick wasn't great towards half forward. Oh, strength from Jackson Wiedemann. Just got rid of Chris and Ant. Took the mark.
Been the difference this game, Jackson Wiedemann.
60 out from home. Left foot kick. Kicks it to the top of the goal square. Minogue! An elite body and paint mark of the day again. Top of the goal square. Marks it. And this to put the margin out to 7 points.
Well, it's just the same two players again, wasn't it? It's the same old story. Wiedemann long to the goal square and Minogue with those big jukes bringing the footy down.
Chriso, he would have been looking fair into the sun then too.
Yeah, I reckon he would have been. But he didn't look like dropping it, did he, Lukey? It was a fantastic mark. He's nearly directly in front, probably 15 metres out.
So he's got 2-2 for the day, Josh Minogue. A wonderful kick to space from Jackson Wiedemann. He's having a wonderful game. So Josh Minogue, to put the margin out to 7 points, makes no mistake. The Hoppers get their first goal in the second half. The margin out to 7, still anyone's ball game. Josh Minogue has 3 goals, Dan Vaccaro.
Absolutely, and what a game he's having. And really disappointing for Lavington. They're going up forward, had 2 huge opportunities to Ewan McKinlay, and then before with Jake O'Brien to have a shot at goal and miss both of those opportunities. Able to bring it up the other end, and Jackson Wiedemann, who for mine's probably been the most influential player on the ground over these last sort of 4 quarters, and he was fantastic this quarter, and they are just 7 valuable points, Lukey.
Absolutely, Dan Figaro. So 7-point margin to the Hoppers. Still a long way to go in this footy game. 15 gone on the A.T. Jones time clock. Final turn brought to you by Mac Jack Sheds. Let's have a look. Umpire bringing it back to the middle at Bunton Park. What a game of witness. Chris Mitchell, Dan Vaccaro, Blake Escott and Luke Francis.
Just quickly, 2 around the grounds. Aubrey Tigers 12-8-80 to Wang Rovers 12-4-76 in front.
O'Brien gets it and just hacks it forward with a high ball for the Panthers. Oh, good fist by Reynolds over the shoulder.
Yep.
Holding, in fact,
Jeez, I don't know.
is the official call to Sean Driscoll. They have a chance to respond here, the Panthers. Sean, now he's 60 from home. Goes short. Coming out, meeting it was Hennessy. Got the ball to the ground. And then they wanted holding the ball, the Hoppers fans, and they get it. And the ball's going to go back to Jack Reynolds. He did well for his club. He won possession back.
He did a very important tackle. Hennessy was in a very dangerous position. So North Albury 48, Lavington 41. 15 gone on the A.T. Jones time clock in this last quarter for Mac Jack Sheds. And Sam Hopper takes an intercept mark, plays on, sends the Panthers back inside forward 50, flying high and claiming a wonderful mark there for the Hoppers was Cade Brown. He's only come into this side halfway through the year, but that was probably the most important bit of his year. Hayes, horrible turnover. Tom Hargrave marked it, called to play on. Yates steadies under immense pressure, kicks it towards goal. They fly high, spills here to Billy Glanville, hand passes to Cook, snaps it, and Julian Hayes there on the goal line to punch it through for a behind. The Panthers are pushing hard. The score is 4-18-42 Lavington. North Albury 7-6-48. An even 1 goal. 16 played on the A.T. Jones time clock. Dan Vaccaro, how are those 40 winks inside 50 numbers looking?
Yeah, still pretty even, boys. So Lavington have had 8 inside 50s this quarter to North Albury 7. So very, very even. Just can't get on the board, Lavy.
Yeah, 1 straight kick in it. Arch Gardner on the 50 paint defensively for the Hoppers. Broadcast side. And he's going to go with the handball to Polkinghorn. Now, Polkinghorn, this will be interesting. He stuffed the kick up. Albers comes in, gets it on the boot. Left foot kick, going towards goal, drifting to the left-hand side, gone through for 1 behind. Polkinghorn just had to go long down the line.
I don't think he stuffed the kick up. I think the North Albury player jumped in front of his initial target.
I reckon he buggered it up. I reckon he had to come down the line. He wanted to go back in ball. We'll go back down to you, Chris Mitchell, for the new market.
Yeah, no, I think he buggered it up too, but that point could be handy too, but see if it comes back pretty quick. But a great mark there on the wing there for the Hoppers.
A wonderful mark, and it's that man again, Jackson Wiedemann. He is a serious contender for Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. He's had a wonderful game. He's called to play on now. He's got the ball at left half back. Kicks a long one down the line. Minogue flew very high. His teammate at ground level got in the way. It was Gus Gardner. Lots of players at ground level. Penny extracts it, hand passes it to Tom Googly. Bear Anderson goes inside forward 50. Winter one out up against the net. And then Hanson comes along. In fact, it was Dennis one out. And is there a whistle for a free kick? No, it's boundary throw-in.
There was a bit of pointing. There was a few
I thought Ash Broughton was giving away a free kick there. Boundary throw-in, inside attacking 50 for North Albury. They lead by 5 points, Lukey. We have played 18 minutes on the A.T. Jones time clock.
Yeah, let's have a look, Panda. Thanks to McRae Motors, Driscoll, Cooper, and then a long one out of defence by Harlan. And then ball ends up in the hands of O'Brien. He's away. He's had 2 bouncers on the Alamein Avenue side. Gets it to Sean Driscoll. The ball just comes up to him after he attempted to bounce. Goes inside 50. Garland all on his own. Plays on. Smith goes in. Kicks his third. They lead by a point, the Panthers. They lead by a point, and Darcy Smith, I reckon, has done his ankle.
He's not in a good way. He's rolling on the ground there. He came up straight away as soon as he kicked it, but not looking good. But they're in front by a couple of points.
Wow.
What a quarter.
This is huge. What a game we've got in our hands. Last term brought to us by Mac Jack Sheds. Stick with us on 1494 2AY, Blake Escott.
Haven't led all day, Lavington, and they lead now with not long on the clock.
They've hit the front.
19 minutes played in this last quarter, but Darcy Smith, boys, is down in the goal square. So I think Archer Gardner came and put a lot of pressure on him, and he's down in the goal square holding his leg.
Yeah, he clutched, I think, at his ankle straight away.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Did he make contact with the post? I wasn't watching at the
I
time.
don't think he got the post. I think
It was as he was kicking it, I think.
Yeah.
So he looks like he's in a lot of strife, young Darcy Smith. His brother is playing for the opposition today. He's getting to his feet slowly.
Tell you what, no matter what happens here, Panther, he's done a great job for his team today.
3 second-half goals, hasn't he, Lukey?
Yep.
And he's brought Lavington back to life.
He has.
So he's going to be taken off the ground here. He's going to make his way around the boundary line. Charlie Sanson's gone on the ground for Lavington. So we hope that Darcy Smith is all right. He looks very, very proppy.
Yeah, it's his right ankle, and he can't put any weight on it whatsoever.
But in the grand scheme of things, from a game perspective, he's put Lavington in front. If you're just joining the broadcast, 49-48. We've played 19 minutes in this last quarter. So the clock's ticking away here. We've probably stopped now for a couple of minutes. They're trying to get him off the ground. He's still technically in the playing field, is he? But he's off the ground, and they're going to play on here, Lukey Francis. Take it away.
It's a good call, Panda. Yeah, well done to the officiating umpires here. Broomhead got swung around in the tackle by Glanville. Polkinghorn got the hand pass out. And then Cooper quickly over the top to Polkinghorn to Goody on the boot, and they drive it forward here. The Hoppers to the half-forward line. On Nathan Dennis with a big fly over the top. Anderson had a crack at it. Here's Jack Driscoll for the Panthers. Ordinary hand pass to Joe Hansen, who takes off. Misses McKinlay, so Joe Hansen has to go again. Broomhead did fantastically well for the Hoppers on to Goody, and then gets out wide to Buffler, so the Hoppers have it on the half-forward flank, and they're coming forward.
He goes inside forward 50, looking for Minogue up against Butler. Minogue floats across, not able to get hands to it. Applying a tackle there was Dennis, and there's going to be a stoppage inside forward 50 here for North Albury. We've only had the 3 goals in this last quarter, so it won't go very long. 22 minutes played now on the A.T. Jones time clock. The Panthers by 1 point, 49-48. Here's Buffler, fires it back to Gardner, 50 out, sends a high one into the pocket. Butler's down there, Hoppers converge, and Butler takes a beautiful mark. Deep in defensive 50. Minogue's got 3 goals, but Butler's done a wonderful job on him. And he goes short here to Joe Hansen. Panthers by 1 point, 49-48, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, if you've just joined us, Lavington have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals to lead by a point. Unreal.
Just quickly around the grounds too, boys, it is getting very tight at the Albury Sports Ground. 88-84 in favour of Albury without too much time left.
Sean Driscoll with possession for the Panthers, and he goes very short to Neander. Point up. Almost reached the 23-minute mark, final term. Brought to you by Mac Jack Sheds. Hope you're enjoying the action. We certainly are. Now, big contest on centre wing, Alamein Avenue side. Look at the players tearing in. Glanville got it out to Cook. Now, play goes on. Polkinghorn gets it to Wiedemann, to Broomhead. He goes back, Tim, to Archguard, and they want to shift it down the line, the Hoppers.
They do indeed. They move it quickly. Reynolds fires a forward hand pass to Anderson. Broomhead kept running. He's on the end of this one. Wants his right foot. Too far out to score. Kicks it into Minogue. Minogue marks in front of Butler. Wow. And he will go back and have a shot from 45 metres out. Pretty much directly in front, Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newie.
Well, you said his last shot was a big one. I think this is bigger. This is incredible. 1 point down, directly in front, with their best key forward, who's got 3 goals, 2 already. So we've seen some great delivery in the forward line. That was just beautiful. Tim Broom had just waited patiently for the right lead, and he spotted his man and hit him up.
He kicked an after the siren goal in a preliminary final for Heidelberg last year. Josh Minogue. This isn't as important, but it's such a massive kick in the context of this ball game. He lines up from 45 metres. It sets sail. It's home! A wonderful shepherd on the goal line, and Josh Minogue's kicked a Sunjan goal of the day to put the Hoppers in front by 5 points. Wow, what a moment in this game. North Albury are back in front against Lavington. Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks, 54 place 49.
What a clutch moment there by Minogue. What a great finish. And a 50-metre kick to put him in front. That is huge. And that man there, Tim Broomhead, his 33rd touch was his most important, Lukey. Straight down the throat of Minogue, and he finishes the job. Very, very tight here. 24 minutes gone on the time clock.
Yeah, that's it, Dan. So Josh Minogue has kicked the only 2 Hoppers goals of the second half. He's kicked 4 for the game, 2 in the second half, and they lead by 5 points. You won't see a better goal than that at Bunton Park, considering the pressure. What a beauty. Okay, and it's tied up in the middle again. Let's have a look.
How long do you reckon left, boys?
We had that stoppage, lengthy one for Darcy Smith's injury.
I reckon it'll
maybe
go
a couple of minutes.
27 minutes.
2 minutes?
Here we go. Anderson wins the ball for the Hoppers. And then just sort of dropped to Wiedemann, got brought down by Hargrave. Umpire's going to call for it again. So the pressure's up here.
You can cut the tension with a knife, Lukey Francis.
You can, Panda. 5-point lead here to North Albury. Won't the crowd erupt if they can get across the line? Wiedemann. And then Pernag goes in. Broomhead overran it. McKinlay, left foot. Ball came up and down in the one spot. Players just tearing in. Look at the pressure around the contest at the moment. And there's a free kick's been given to the Panthers.
Booted the ball away after the call had been made.
It's very tight.
Very surprised it's not 50.
Very surprised that isn't 50. Look at the numbers flood back.
Second quarter, that's 50.
For North Albury, 54 plays 49. 26 played on the A.T. Jones time clock. Inside forward, 50. Minogue! With an elite body and paint mark of the day. At one end of the ground and then doing it defensively. You will not find a better mark in season 2023 than that from Josh Minogue.
Leo Barry-like against the pack, wasn't it?
Pushing hard into defence. North Albury holding on here. They haven't beaten Lavington since 2010. Polkinghorne has it in the defensive pocket. 49 Lavington, 54 North Albury. And Ryan Polkinghorne kicks it as long as he can down the far side of Bunton Park.
Yeah, huge grab from Josh Minogue. Beautifully called by Blake Escott from McRae Motors. Now Neander, here he goes. Hoppers get home. North Albury win it here at Bunton Park by 5 points. And the green and gold erupt. What a moment. Fantastic to be here witnessing it. In the end, North Albury 8-6-54 over the Lavington Panthers 5-19-49. The Hoppers alive in season 2023.
They have not beaten Lavington for 13 years, Luke Francis.
13.
Look what that means to the North Albury Hoppers erupting at Bunton Park. A big crowd here today, 1,500 people you'd probably say. They are so ecstatic with that victory. 54-49 over their crosstown rivals. What a last quarter. It was a pretty scrappy second and third term, and they held on for dear life. Lavington hit the front for the first time when Charlie Sanson goaled at the 4th minute mark to lead 41-40. Darcy Minogue then goaled to put the Hoppers back in front. Smith goaled to put Lavington back in front. And then Minogue at the 24th minute mark kicked a goal to put the Hoppers back in front by 5. And then with one of the most breathtaking defensive marks you'll see, went down there and did it at the other end. I tell you what, he's almost our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day based after that. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket.
Well, who else could we have besides Josh Minogue? Did it at both ends of the ground. Your 4th goal, mate, put you up by 5 points, and your first win against Lavington since 2010. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. We, haven't beaten them, as you just said, in a very long time, so not something I'm used to, and one we'll certainly enjoy.
we better go back to your goal that put you in front, mate, and keeps your finals dreams alive. It's been a big drought for you, but what was going through your mind? Kicking from about 50, you missed a couple of shots earlier on, but you nailed that one when it counted.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a routine, so just same as usual, I guess. A little bit more pressure, but try and drown it out. So, yeah, just happy it went through, I guess.
They had the better of you in the second half, but you managed to hold on. How was the belief going into that last quarter when they were all on top of you?
Yeah, I mean, they just really took away our run, and when they made it a kick down the line game, it's not what we want, and it suits them. So it was really just getting a bit of that run again. But we've certainly got a lot of belief in the group. We've shown that it wasn't just a once-off, that we can our standard stands up. So there was certainly a lot of belief in the group. It was just putting it together.
Well done, Josh. Enjoy the win.
Thanks, mate. Certainly will.
Our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. An extraordinary last quarter from Josh Minogue. 2 final quarter goals and a wonderful defensive mark to get the Hoppers over the line against the Panthers for the first time since 2010. What a wonderful day of SSNA Ovens and Murray action. We'll capture the song on 1494 2AY, and then pretty quickly we're going to cross to the Albury Sports Ground, and we're going to bring you the last couple of minutes between the Tigers and the Rovers, because that's what we do here on O&M Live. We bring you the action from all the games, because that one's pretty tight as well. What a game.
What a game. Hey?
Of footy here on O&M Live. We hope you've enjoyed the action on 2AY. Blake Panda Escott with you, Lukey Francis, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell. First win over the Panthers in 13 years, Lukey.
I'll tell you what, they'll celebrate tonight, Panda. It'll be rocking here at Bunton Park. Don't worry about that Dan Vaccaro. Hey?
Absolutely, boys. Panda, look at him. He's excited. Ear to ear smile.
Just moonwalking on the parketry tonight. Hey, just crowd surfing to the bar.
So the club rooms over there are packed at Bunton. We'll follow the song in there if we can grab it from Chris Mitchell. They sound pretty happy at the moment.
Oh, yeah, this will be a loud one. One of the best ever.
As I said, we'll capture this song and then we'll try and cross to the Albury Sports Ground.
Here we go.
Sung that one very loud indeed to the North Albury Hoppers. Victorious over Lavington today, 8-6-54 over the Panthers, 5-19-49. A big goal to Josh Minogue, the difference in the end, and a wonderful win to the North Albury Hoppers. What we're going to do here on 2AY's O&M Live is take you to the Albury Sports Ground where Albury lead the Rovers, 95-90. Amos back in the studio. Over to you.
Head knock or something like that. He's not in a good way over there, guys. He saw him trying to get up
too, boys.
Yeah, I saw him try to get up. That might even have some blood coming from the face. Just guessing. Obviously, the trainer's taken the high vis shirt off and looks like they're wrapping it around something. So might be a bit of a stoppage in play here at the moment.
I'll tell you what, it's all happening here.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.